and turn the music down. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, hump day. Turn up, turn up, turn up. We made it halfway through the week. Can I get a mic check real quick? Welcome in, Lover Gang. Today is a celebration, Lover Gang. Today we are having an amazing show today, Lover Gang. Just to let y'all know, get it right off the bat, we do have a $60 goal today, Lover Gang, especially if y'all want to go ahead and have a panel. But y'all, today, we are going to be celebrating the fact that we are at 500 plus subs, y'all. This is amazing. This is fantastic. I could not be here without you all, and you guys don't understand the love that I have for y'all. We're going to go ahead and say welcome into Lover Gang Sister Michelle. Welcome in, sis. How my sis give bad advice and y'all still hopping on her panel? I mean, period. Like I said, my sis gives out great advice, and if you think it's so bad, unsubscribe. And you know that is period. Michelle, welcome in, Lady Quantum, Lover Gang Quantum. She is the one that made me feel hype because this is Lover Gang movement. Thank you so much, Lady Quantum. Thank you so much for all your support and love. We got Lover Gang Rue in the building. Thank you so much, Lover Gang Rue, for joining us. Again, these are my day ones, the people who had seen a vision even before your girl was able to see the vision. So I thank you, Rue. I thank you, Quantum. I thank you, Michelle. I thank y'all so much. Y'all don't understand how much it means. We only can go up from here. We're going to try to hit that 1,000. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep building because like Quantum said, it's a movement. We have so much love for Lover Gang over here. And y'all, I could not do it without y'all. So big up yourselves for one, but I appreciate all of you so much because, listen, Lover Gang was a vision and we're making it happen. And I'm just so happy. I can't thank y'all enough. Everything I do, I can't do without y'all. So again, I appreciate you so much, Lover Gang, for just even rocking with your girl, listening to me when I go yapping, listen to my poetry. Y'all, we can only go up from here, and I appreciate you. Thank you, boo. Welcome in, Willing to Win. Lover Gang Willing to Win. Now this one, listen, Willing to Win is Lover Gang shooter, okay? I'm going to start having to call Willing to Win Lover Gang security. I'm going to feel like he's going to be like the bouncer at the door. Like you can't come through without coming through Willing to Win. And I appreciate you, brother. I do. I appreciate you so much. Y'all, thank you again. We got Misty in the building. Hello, Misty. Welcome in, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for Lover Gang Royce as well. Thank you, brother, for also coming through. The new standard of beauty and excellence. Listen, y'all put me on a place where I'm happy to serve. I'm happy to be what I need to be. But thank y'all for seeing something in me that I might not have even seen in myself. I appreciate y'all. Y'all, if you can go ahead and make sure you hit the like, make sure you do share this out. We are now on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Make sure if you have not subscribed, please subscribe today. If you're part of the replay watcher gang, please make sure you are subscribed. And y'all, if you are able to, please support the channel if you can financially. If not, the likes are free. Getting the word of mouth as we keep climbing and building, that helps so much. And y'all don't understand, I could not do this without y'all. All right. So y'all saw the title. Hold on, make sure I got everybody. I got Brother Magnetar in the building. Thank you so much, Brother Magnetar, for coming through. I appreciate you so much. Like Willing to Win said, go ahead and hit the like. Y'all, I really hope that we all start really communicating to each other in this chat. I hope that we actually do still feel like a community together, Lover Gang community, because as we are working towards it, before we even get to the show, real quick, Lover Gang, pop off in the chat real quick. I was watching a movie yesterday and I thought this will really be just really dope to do this with Lover Gang. So once we hit memberships, I'm thinking about doing a weekly movie night, or it could just be us in StreamYard. You know, I have all the movie platforms. If anyone in Lover Gang has any other platforms that I might not have, feel free. If you guys want to do like movie nights every week, I think that would be really dope. I'm thinking we might do it for a membership tier, like $10 a month. That would be like $250 for every movie that we do. And like I said, I have mostly all the streaming sites, so I'll let y'all pick the movie. I'll let y'all kind of just chill out. We can have like conversations in the chat like we do here, and we can just chill and watch a movie together. Let me know if y'all actually think that's a good idea. I know other people do it, so it's not anything new that I'm doing. But if Lover Gang is actually okay with doing that, and when we start doing the membership tiers, I think that'll be really dope for us, especially since we are a community. So please let me know how y'all feel about that. What's up, chat? What's up? What's up? Lady Quantum says she's ready to turn up. Lady Quantum, I definitely had to take a shot because I was like, listen, I got to take a shot for Lover Gang. So if y'all haven't taken your shot yet, go ahead and pour up a glass. Go ahead and take your shots. We're going to turn up a little bit. We're going to watch a review of apparently RogueC giving bad advice, right? Yes, we should most definitely connect with each other. Y'all, let me know how y'all feel about a Lover Gang movie night every week. I want to know what you think. All right, so Missy says nice. I think that's going to be a yes. Welcome in, Dr. Steele, Lover Gang Dr. Steele. Thank you again. Dr. Steele, I don't know if you heard, but we hit the 500 goal. Now we're on the goal to 1,000 subscribers, and we're going to go ahead and keep getting this content out for y'all so we can get those watch hours too, because I want to be able to do so much for y'all in memberships. I want to do so much for y'all just as far as the content grows and just conversations grow with each other. So definitely we already started with the toxic advice. Listen, I'm not trying to be okay. So before we get the video started, I'm not trying to be toxic, but there is going to be a little bit of a toxic side to how I'm going to, present this. So buckle up because we might have a little toxic come out. Thank you, Dr. Steele. Absolutely. So definitely shout out to that Shaq. He is tagged in the video. Shout out to him. I actually do enjoy watching his content. I do think his takes are pretty funny. I do think his takes are actually, solid as far as just entertainment and just having conversation. I have watched him for a while. So like I said, shout out to him. I did apparently. And shout out to Team Fatty. Shout out to Ilkan Ali. Shout out to Melon and Legacy. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies that were on Ladies First and just all of the Untouchable Nation. We are Lover Gang. We mix and mingle with the Untouchables. Everybody in this space has a space to go to. And I just love the fact that no matter where we go, we can all support each other. And even when we don't agree, we can still have the conversation. Y'all know I'm all about the conversation. So shout out to Fatty. Shout out to Ilkan. Shout out to that Shaq. Shout out to everybody who was in the chat. And, even if you had your opinions on Lover Girl, RogueC, shout out to you. All right. So I guess I don't really have to do too much with my opening. I guess I kind of just gave y'all that whole rundown. I'm just so hyped and I'm just so blessed and thankful for you all. So thank you again. So let me go ahead and, let me explain a little something first. Let me go ahead and move my banner so y'all can see all of me in my authenticity. And we do have the Cash App scrolling at the bottom as well. And I forgot, y'all, your girl is now also on Twitch. I'm on Kick. I'm, of course, going to start posting on X under the Lover Girl RogueC, Lover Girl Confessions with RogueC name. Of course, my Instagram is Lover Girl Confessions RogueC. So if you have not already followed me on the socials, feel free to. I do follow back, especially for Lover Gang. But yeah, definitely feel free to check out the socials. I'm also Lover Girl RogueC on TikTok. We're going to start posting some of the shorts and the clips from the lives and just all my shows in general on the Reels, Shorts, all those kind of platforms. So yeah, feel free to, check those out as well. So give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So like I said, technically I already did my intro by, shouting out everybody that is involved. So I guess we can go ahead and get started. All right. So this week I found myself at the, in the center of a very heated panel, the discussion where I was told pretty much I was giving bad advice. I wasn't equipped for the conversation. And, I was speaking a lot of word salad and even accused of not caring about people. And, that hurts because Lover Girl RogueC, I most definitely love people. I most definitely care about people. And it is kind of frustrating when you are on a panel, you are on a time limit. There's so many people trying to get in and have a conversation and it's fun, but I don't think we really get to flesh out the conversation the way that we want to. So tonight isn't about proving anyone wrong. It's about clarifying what I actually believe. And if you see the thumbnail and if you, of course, see the title, it is based off of, the biblical reference of cast your pearls to swine. So RogueC, what does that actually mean? And again, I also want to answer the question of, can you care deeply about people while recognizing that you can't force them to change? Is there a difference between offering wisdom and trying to control someone else's decisions, right? And can clarification be mistaken for backtracking? And why do so many of us stop listening once we already decided who someone is? So, I want to go ahead and discuss all this, and whether you agree with me or disagreed with me, or never even saw the original conversation, this discussion is a little deeper to me, and I would like to actually really break it down. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get the video also. That Shaq, I'm going to put the fair use banner up, but you ain't got to come after. Listen, I know people don't really be coming after people in this space, but just in case, shout out fair use. Let me go ahead and get the screen ready. And if you have not seen the video is also going to be in the description as well. Feel free to check it out after we're done here tonight or whenever you get a moment. Shout out to that Shaq and fair use.
Do you tell that woman to follow the woman that you want the lifestyle to be and send her to the burning building and to the slut wall and to having nudes out and to marry a schizophrenic, bipolar? You send her that road?
You want answer?
Yes.
I'm going to tell her follow what you want to do because that man is not going to be happy with you.
Wow. We have a man. He's as a wife that had 3 kids by him. She cared about him. She was him when he was nothing. Where does RogueC tells him to do?
I'm going to tell him you stick with your family. Now, if that man, everybody here who has a podcast and everything like that, I promise you, majority of your audience is still going to go do the absolute opposite of what you're actually advising.
That doesn't change the advice that don't change the advice you're going to give them, though.
Okay,
that doesn't change the advice that you're going to give them.
You can get emotional right now. If you want to get emotional right now,
respectfully, for somebody that cares about black men the way that you actually care, you should be very conscious of the image that you're going to push to 600 people and probably thousands of people watching. This is the same that we complain. Oh my God, look at the angry black woman. Why are you angry black woman? Why are you angry?
Welcome back. I'm sure we got ourselves another video. We got ourselves a Fatty and Ali video. I'm gonna let y'all know. I didn't know which part in this video I could react to, because a lot of it, it's like a lot of crazy shit happening. A lot.
Okay, so one. Shout out to, again, Fatty, Ali. Shout out to that Shaq. Listen, that was a very hectic. Is hectic a good word? It was a very packed and filled conversation for Lover Gang that checked it out. It was a very interesting conversation overall, right? So the way that they like to kind of, this is just what we do for the sake of not only just entertainment, but when things are kind of just going in the motion of conversations, it is very easy to kind of get caught up in the not being able to talk, trying to talk over one another, trying to bogart and just trying to convince not only the audience, but the people that you are on the panel with. So you are trying to convince a lot of things all at once, and it gets very messy and convoluted sometimes. So even with, the assumptions being made, I do appreciate Fatty for, correcting me and letting it be known that, the advice or the way that I'm coming off could come off against how I personally feel about things, not just because of a brand, not just because of, I have a son, I have brothers, not even that. It is something I definitely really care about. And it is a matter of making sure that I stand 10 toes down. So I do appreciate when people do make sure that I'm corrected in a way where it is constructive and I can actually grow from it. Now, with that being said, I did want to just, we're only going to briefly just do this real quick because I did say the casting your pearls to swine reference, right? So the actual scripture comes from Matthew 7:6. Do not give dogs what is holy. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and tear you to pieces, right? So I've always found the scripture very interesting because when people hear it, they immediately think it's talking about insulting people. But I don't think that's really the primary lesson of it. I think, what was being taught was about discernment. Not everyone is ready to receive wisdom. Not everyone is, ready or even values correction. Not everybody even wants truth. Sometimes people don't reject the pearl because it's fake. They reject it because they don't recognize its value. And, that is where the conversation really has to begin. Let me make sure I'm saying hi to everyone. We have Miss Joy in the building. Thank you so much, Miss Joy, for joining us. Thank you. Oh, the darn phone. It's so hard to speak. Take your time, Miss Joy. We're here. You are definitely welcome. Sit back, relax. We're about to review that Shack 2 times. Shout out to Brother Kasim. Thank you, Brother Kasim, for coming in today. Yes, see. Yoli Co. Rogue actually did a great job on Team. Thank you. Thank you so much, Yoli. I really appreciate that. It's kind of like you got to duck and maneuver, but it's still a good time. So I appreciate you. Hi, Christopher. Thank you so much for joining. I'm well. I hope you and everyone in your life and your family are. I think I saw Sin. Hello, Sin. Lover Gang Sin is in the building. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Did I get everybody? Welcome in, SD. We're not lying about anything, SD, but welcome in. We're also celebrating that your girl hit 500 subs. So thank you for also being one of them. I appreciate you. I hate all that interrupting stuff. I hate when creators ask leading questions, and I feel it, but the show has to go on and everyone has to kind of get in some way, somehow. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not even mad at the take that people get. That's why I enjoy having my own platform where we can go ahead and just have the conversation and I can actually finish the thought. It's not, like I said earlier, the idea of backtracking. It's basically just saying RogueC wants to let y'all know what is going on in my brain, and I just love y'all for actually wanting to know too. So let's go ahead and get into this.
A lot of crazy things. And besides there being a bunch of crazy things, it was always like a real spaced out argument. Because, I'll be honest with you, RogueC said some crazy things. Iana said some crazy things. The white woman, she said some crazy things. It was crazy. All right. But y'all ain't gonna see the white woman in this clip. Y'all can see is Lover Girl, aka RogueC. She's gonna get caught in like a wild contradiction. And then she's gonna flail. There's gonna be some flailing going along. Like when I say flailing, I mean like saying that you're doing something when you didn't. You guys will see. You guys will see. They're gonna have to really just catch her from going the thing or the route that she was going. It's gonna be wild. But still, there's another highlight in this panel that you guys like. Somebody should just go ahead and send it to me or tell me which part, because I was having trouble. And because I'm sleepy a little bit. But hold up. Just in this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit notification bell. In the comment section, give me a thumbs up or heart. Just let you know that it's real. Before we get to the video, go ahead and hit the hype button. Alright, if you are fans of
I don't know, Dad Shack. I might have to come at you for stealing the heart, because this is Lover Gang over here. Now I'm playing.
Ali and Fatty, just hit the hype button.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation.
Like the video.
If you want to see people like Kiana, who's clearly crazy. Kiana is definitely nuts. She has some parts in this, not in this clip, but in the whole panel where she is just nuts. Hit the hype button. Let's waste some more time. Let's roll the clip.
Welcome in, Tay.
Oh, you ain't know what that was. Oh, that doo-doo, baby.
Now you said God, hold on, hey, RogueC, I'm gonna ask you too, since you may know. She said God talks to women to speak to us. So if God is speaking to both of them, how do we differentiate in who is telling the truth or not? RogueC, you can answer the question if you want. How do we know who God is talking to?
Go within.
Not you, Kiana. I'm asking RogueC. RogueC says she knows. RogueC says that answer.
Sorry.
Whoever has the results of the lifestyle that you are wanting to follow. So if Bella's lifestyle is one that you want to follow, then so be it. If Kiana's lifestyle is one that we want to follow, so be it. Because at the end of the day, not every woman is going to go into the traditional route. Not every woman is going to have a man. So we have to understand that there are going to be alternative lifestyles for a lot of women. If you do want to, hold on. Because if Bella is saying if she is more of a traditional woman and she has the results, that's who you follow.
Right.
If these two have a course and RogueC wants to go with the lifestyle that Bella has, that's who I follow. Point.
That's not what I asked, bro. You didn't answer my. Hey, RogueC.
I like that.
No, you did not answer my question.
Let me actually simplify.
Does Kiana have the lifestyle?
That is literally what you're asking.
Just 1 second, please.
Does Kiana have the lifestyle, Lover Girl?
In the sense of what RogueC is knowing, no, but it is part of a healing journey, and that's what I was trying to get in and say. When you
right, boo. That's what I was trying to get to.
Right.
A lot of
No, whoa, big dog. Let's slow your roll, big dog. What are you talking about? If you're saying it's part of a healing journey, then that means you should not be making these decisions. You're saying, say, oh man, it's part of a healing journey. So which lifestyle you want to choose? No. You're healing. You don't know which lifestyle you're supposed to choose. All right.
So the crazy thing is that was actually also communicated as well, because again, when I was breaking down the whole idea of what, shout out to Kiana and shout out to Bella, shout out to Coco, shout out to all the ladies on the panel, right? So when I was actually just pointing out the fact that if Kiana is having a lifestyle that is based on her healing journey, at the end of the day, because Kiana was also mentioning that she had people that she was had followers, right? Or people that were in her community with her. Kiana is a TikTok content creator. So the fact that there are going to be people that could relate and even want to go into how Kiana is also living her life, a lot of times you do have to understand that even if you might not agree with it, other people will. So that is why I made mention of, if it was RogueC and I saw Kiana and Bella, and Kiana had the results that RogueC wanted, or if Bella had the results that RogueC wanted, I would go with either one that had the results that I also wanted for myself. So that was the main point that I was trying to make in that instance, right? But again, we know things can get convoluted. And even still, to answer the question that Kiana they were trying to ask me about Kiana, about God being within and who you should listen to, because again, I was trying to answer that question. But if you are saying that God is within, you should listen to that being that you are having inside of you, right? But if you are also saying that there is a higher power outside of you, then that is who you follow. That is even why I use today as a scripture to have it. But again, fast talking, fast conversations, and trying to get everything that comes out of here into a 30-second, 3-minute, whatever type of monologue that you're trying to get it out of, right? So the thought that my first segment right here, I just want to go ahead and get this in. I noticed that something that bothers me about, a lot of these modern conversations, it's all about clips. They always want to just clip everything to get the best headline, to get the best tweet, 15-second reaction. We hear one sentence and suddenly we know everything about someone's whole philosophy, right? But if life doesn't work, I'm sorry, let me slow down. Life doesn't work that way, for one. Ideas have foundation, arguments have context, thoughts have layers. And I personally feel a lot of times in these conversations, we lack so much nuance. We lack so much sympathy. We lack so much empathy, where people are just ready to judge and say, no, you're wrong, before they even hear what you're really trying to say. So, it's not necessarily a discussion. You guys can think RogueC was wrong. You guys can think that RogueC was right. That's not really the point. I just simply wanted to finish my thought, right? So I do want to ask you all, right? Have you ever been misunderstood because someone only heard part of what you were saying and not the whole thing? So let's see. I want to see what y'all are saying. Hold on. Greetings. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us. If you guys are new, please make sure you are liking the video and you have subscribed. So the whole situation, Tay, was Kiana is becoming a coach of sorts, or a guide is what she actually said, a guide of sorts, because she is technically in or out of a healing journey from an abusive relationship that kind of shook her up. It left her with a baby that, we're not going to judge her as a mother that some people were trying to do. But a lot of times, people hear these situations about how people don't do as successful as they want to pretend that they are, or that they believe that they are. And, a lot of those situations happen. Life happens to people. And yet for some reason, we all feel like we can judge and say, well, I would have done better. Well, I would have done this. I would have done that. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? So long story short, her lifestyle is believing in the divine feminine, and that, listening to the God that is within. And there was a lot of, the thing that really set them off was the fact that she believes that men should worship the divine feminine, and that is how they are actually working into their divine masculine. So again, shout out to Kiana. Let's see. This is why I haven't ever made a single video in my life. Too much drama. Listen, content creation, especially in the space that we're in, is not for the weak. So I appreciate you. Is it August?
August. So I appreciate you. My conversation with the creator came back. Definitely, you know, so proud and praying for your recovery. Happy that you and, you know, the creator that you do follow, you are most definitely here. You're here for a reason. So here, definitely happy to have you. Thank you so much, Willing to Win. I'm so happy to get to know all of the Lover Gang. Y'all are amazing. Knowing the path versus walking the path. Absolutely. Let's see. Magnetar says yes, but more times it was because the person wanted to misconstrue my words anyway. Yeah. And that's really, again, the whole point is that someone already has an idea of how the conversation they already want to have in their head. So it's kind of be damned what you want to say, right? It's, I want this point to get across no matter what's going to happen. You cannot convince me otherwise. You cannot change my mind otherwise. This is how I feel and this is how I want it to be. And that is how a lot of conversations nowadays go. We are honestly, and they accuse me of this. And, you know, I like to make sure I take the time to listen to people because your words do matter. But there are times where RogueC is also guilty of just being like, no, that's BS. And I'm kind of ready to move on. So I am guilty. Don't get it twisted. I'm most definitely guilty. But with that being said, it is a matter of healthy communication means I do have to listen and I actually have to understand, not just be ready to rebut. And I think a lot of these panel conversations happen that way. We all have to work our own salvation. No man or woman can save you. I agree. Let's see. Oh Lord, that is a whole different topic. The divine feminine. You know, Tay, that might be right up your alley. We already know. It sounds like something. Welcome in, Leo. Welcome in. It sounds like something made up. You know, I do believe that people are allowed to have their belief systems. I do think the world is hard enough. Who are you to judge what someone else wants to believe to get them through the day? Whether you believe it or not, whether you want to believe something else. Who are you to judge how people want to just get their day by day going? And that's kind of how I feel about things. If it's not really affecting me, it doesn't really matter to me. And that can sound selfish, but we all have our own drama, trauma, and everything to deal with in between. So why not just keep living and loving each other to the best of our ability? Let's see. So what I was actually trying to say, and we'll get back to the video, one of the biggest criticisms I received was that I gave terrible advice. And you'll see that soon as well. The conversation centered around the scenario involving marriage. The examples were things like a wife wants to go sleep around, or a husband wants to go outside the marriage. My position was not go out there and cheat, right? That completely misinterpreted, and that also misrepresents what I believe. My position was actually just so much simpler. If someone has reached the point where they genuinely want something that destroys their marriage, I can't force them to value the marriage. I can't advise them. I can tell them that it's wrong. I can explain to them the consequences, and I can even plead with them to reconsider, right? But eventually, they become responsible for their own choices. That is very different than the idea that RogueC is encouraging bad behavior, right? I don't think people should cheat. I don't think people should betray their spouses. I don't think people should even destroy their families. What I do think is that adults have agency, and agency includes the freedom to make terrible decisions, along with the responsibility to also live with said decision as well. So now that we got that out the way, I'll go ahead and let Dat Shack talk. Fair use?
Based off your logic, if I am healing and I want to choose the lifestyle of a crackhead, you're saying that that's all fine and dandy. So you're telling me you advise me to go have the lifestyle of a crackhead because it's a healing journey. So I feel like this is the best way of me healing is crack. Should nobody pay what I want any attention because
Hi, Tony Golden. Thank you for joining us. I actually do have notes that I like to keep down with my show just because I don't want to just ramble. I don't want to forget my talking points. And I don't really want to forget where I'm going with the actual conversation because, my brain moves 1,000 miles a minute. So I just like to keep things organized. And that way it's just easier. And it's just really easy to kind of have the conversation I want to have without, especially when reviewing videos, when talking to you all, it's just much easier to kind of just keep it going with my notes being pinpointed. I'm just organized like that. Oh, thank you. 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 All right. 1 second. Fair use.
I'm healing and I'm crazy right now. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
How to become a full-time creator.
I'm sorry, y'all.
20 months ago, I was still in school, and now I do this full-time.
Y'all, please make sure that you can support the show. Get us off of, YouTube regular, and we can get YouTube premium. If you can, the Cash App is scrolling down below. But if you want to help your girl get YouTube premium, that would be great. I appreciate you. We do have a $60 goal for anybody that is also able to donate, and if you are in a generous place as well. Thank you so much.
Why are you right now? If Bella's wrong, hold on. If Bella's wrong, how are you right then?
No,
What did I say Bella was wrong?
This goes completely.
No, I'm asking.
Hey, RogueC, this goes completely against everything that you ever said. Think about it, right? You have a woman that wants to be a hoe, right?
That's what she wants to do.
And her idol is Amber Rose.
Yeah.
And she goes to you and she says, RogueC, I have this guy. He loves me. He cares about me. He treats me right. He comes from a good family. All this, I like him, but I want to be a hoe just like Amber Rose. Do you tell that woman to follow the woman that you want the lifestyle to be and send her to the burning building and to the slut wall and to having nudes out and to marry a schizophrenic, bipolar? You send her that road, or you say,
Fatty is so dramatic. I love it. I actually do love it. I do love how dramatic Fatty is. His brain is hilarious because the scenarios that Fatty will be so quick to come up with, it's like the best, worst Tubi movie that you could ever think of. With that being said, again, what I was also reiterating previously was no, that is not the advice that RogueC will get. The advice that RogueC will give is to reconsider. The advice that RogueC will give is to go ahead and just, stay with your family, for the lack of a better word or anything else like that. But again, if this woman, based off of Fatty's scenario, is an Amber Rose fan, she is someone that is just so convinced that married lifestyle isn't for her and that the other lifestyle is what's going to actually get her going, get her up in the morning, get her life back. RogueC saying no, don't do that is not going to help her. And that is what I was trying to actually explain, because when people are already down a path, you can try to stop them. God knows I've made so many horrible decisions that my parents, friends, family, they all wish that I did not take, and they even advised for me not to take. And you know what RogueC actually did? I took it. So again, thank God that there wasn't any severe consequences that would have actually ruined my life. But the fact that there are going to be people that will take the consequences to ruin their life, what can you do? Because another, idea of what I was trying to reiterate, but I didn't even get a chance to talk about this, is when you are on an airplane, right? And something, God forbid, anybody's traveling right now and something happens while they're on an airplane, but God forbid, they actually have to drop down the oxygen mask. What are you supposed to do? Because most people know, as much as you want to help people, they tell you to put your mask on first. So if RogueC is actually dealing with somebody and advice to somebody, and I know that I am actually going to end up hurting my situation or myself or anything around me more, because that person is so they have so much conviction to go ahead and just do what they want to do, I'm putting my mask on first and I'm preserving my energy, because what do I look like arguing back and forth with a person that already has their mind made up? So that is the scenario I got out of that. So again, my bad, Fatty. Again, everything was moving quickly and I like to think in a nuanced way. So the conversation that I was actually having is the fact that if a person wants to get out their marriage, let them. Because they're not going to have a happy marriage anyways. If a person wants to get out their marriage, let them. So the person that actually wants to have the happy marriage can now go to another person that will have the happy marriage, and you go live the life that you say you want. But now with the same thing, because of the advice that RogueC will say, don't come crawling back upset or mad at that person, at your husband or wife who ended up finding a better person than you because you wanted to play games. That was what I was trying to get across. Fair use.
Tell her, baby, I know you're feeling these things, but this guy is actually what's right for you. You are going to regret to follow that person. Like, what
you want
are you telling
you want the honest answer?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell her follow what you want to do, because that man is not gonna be happy with you.
Wow.
maybe you, RogueC, don't know what advice is. That's all I just heard. You don't know what advice is at all. I'm gonna tell her to go down the whore route because that man's not gonna be happy with you. You know you could chew gum and walk at the same time, right? You could literally advise her not to get with this guy because you're still healing, but not go down this path as well. Don't go down this path. Why? Because you're gonna STDs, it's so many things. You're gonna shave your head bald, but then put wigs on sometimes. Like you're gonna go through some things, but don't go down this route because now you're taking a nigga with you down some crazy rockety route. No, you can do both. You can do that. You don't have to tell her to do the other thing. So it's just all about happiness then. For an individual? Is that what it was? All about happiness for the individual? Because if that's the case, that's stupid advice. If you do that thing. If you're talking about helping people, stupid.
Hold on, because at the end of the day, you're not going to take care of that man to the capacity that he is going to ask if that's really the lifestyle you want to live.
This generation is
hold on.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
The brands you love are here at Ulta Beauty. What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums.
Sorry. Skip. Y'all are being so disingenuous right now because, again, can you honestly tell me if the quote-unquote hoe is going to make that man happy? Hey, she's not going to change what she's going to do. Correct or no?
I'm not. That wasn't the question.
Hold on. I answered the question.
Hey, we are going to flip it right now.
Flip it then.
We have a man.
Yes.
We have a man. And this man.
All right, real quick, to Chris Reed's point, I get it that men can understand that there are so many women out here and why pick only one woman. The same reason why they're out here telling, on this panel, and that Shaq is saying the same thing, STDs, unhappiness. You guys are going to get connected. We had the whole body count conversation. You are going to get connected to some crazy women, some bad women. We had that conversation on another show as well. So it is more of an actual idea to just get everything you can from one source. But again, if you decide to do something else, again, that's the whole point with RogueC is saying. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Yes, sweetie. No, you cannot. No, you know why. Love you. Shout out to Loverboy Caleb. We didn't do, I'm giving you a shout out. We didn't do what we were supposed to do, at school/summer camp today. So no devices right now. And he is not happy with me, but he will be all right because, as RogueC is explaining, actions receive consequences, right? All right. So the next segment that I wanted to also talk to you all about is the fact that advice is not control. This is probably where my philosophy is going to differ from, the people on the panel and other people. I believe that advice has its limits. I don't believe, that love gives me ownership over another adult's or another person's decisions, right? And how many times, I told you before, how many times have your parents warned you? I told you, my parents and family have warned me a plethora of times from bad decisions. And now at the age of 30, I understand a lot of things that I was doing was in the wrong. A lot of things that I was doing was selfish. A lot of things I was doing almost had me completely mess up my entire life. And thank God that I actually had the advice, but I know I wasn't taking it. So I had the direction, I had the idea of how I was supposed to live my lifestyle, but I was doing my own thing. And how many of you all can say the same thing? How many times have your grandparents warned you, your teachers, your friends, pastors, all the people in your life, right? And you can hear the warning, but you still want to choose differently. I don't know if you guys are stubborn like me. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm stubborn. Sometimes RogueC had to find out if you told me that stove was hot, I had to be the little bad kid that, I had to find out how hot the stove was. And, part of me was like, that's how I learned lessons, so I never do it again. But another part of me was just completely curious of what was going to happen. If you told me I was going to, I don't want to go into the extreme. I'm going to leave that for Patty. If you were just going to tell me that a consequence like this is going to happen, a lot of times I just wanted to find out for myself, right? I wanted to know if this consequence was going to happen, if it was going to be as bad, and what I was going to gain if I actually did follow my own way. Again, I'm not saying that's right by any means necessary. I just said that is human. And, it doesn't seem to be that anyone cares the fact that we do have human experiences, because again, we can all sit on our high horses and look down on somebody and be high and mighty with what they decided to do. But good and damn well, you decided to do something as well way back when, as that probably was worse. You just didn't get caught. That was probably just as detrimental, but you got out of it and survived it some way. So at what point does helping someone become actually trying to control them? And let me see while I've been yapping. Absolutely. I'm going to try, I would like to see if we can at least get halfway to our goal. Halfway mark for our goal before I drop the link, y'all, would be $30. So if you are in the position to go ahead and donate, at least 30, if we can get halfway to our goal, I will most definitely drop the link. But I do also want to get the review going as well. Tell that H to get right. You can tell her to get right, Quantum, but if she don't want to get right, then what? That's what I'm saying. I would tell her, listen, do what you want to do, but if another woman wants to snatch up your man, especially if he's a good man, I don't know what to tell you, sis. And to me, honestly, part of that feels like that might actually convince someone to do right better than just telling them, do the right thing for your family, for your faith, for your religion, for your heart. Do the right thing. I prefer to tell people the consequences. Okay. Because again, maybe, that would have stopped RogueC from doing a lot of the dumb stuff that I did back when I was a little younger. And that would have made me actually think of, because a lot of things, I have a little one now, but one of the main reasons why RogueC was not a teen mom was because, a baby did not sound that good at 16. So if we actually told people the straight up consequences, yeah. If you go cheat on that good man, or if you go cheat on that good woman, just don't be upset when that good man or good woman gets snatched up, because I promise you she will, while you out here living that 304 life. And if that is what makes you happy, more power to you, boo. It's entertaining. It's all about entertainment at that point. This comes down to what I always say. When you listen to a content creator, use your common sense or critical thinking. And, Dr. Steele, that's a lot of the issues when it comes down to a lot of people nowadays. Critical thinking is it's a dying characteristic. It's a dying skill. It's a dying method for people to actually maneuver through life, because everybody just wants to follow somebody. And that is the weird thing about this, because it's one thing to, I guess, be hive-minded, but a lot of people are so hive-minded to the fact where if an influencer tells them to breathe this way, they'll do it. And that's what's really scary about society at this point. It's not about changing their mind, just what advice you give them. Like I said, so now that we can actually clarify with what RogueC will tell you, RogueC is going to just tell you the consequences. Go do what you want to do, but that's what's going to happen to you. Go jump out that plane without a parachute. See what happens. And hopefully that scare tactic, that scaring you straight situation, should actually help. But if not, if you still want to go find out for yourself, I can't stop you. And I think that's where a lot of people with this whole advice conversation really wanted to go, where RogueC just has to say the right thing. And I didn't want to. I'm telling you, I can give you the best advice in the world. And if you don't listen, I can't stop you. And that's the point that I was making. You took the argument further than necessary. I mean, I guess I just like having the conversation, because again, I think all the time we have this whole cookie cutter. Yes, fatty, I would tell that hoe not to be a hoe anymore. Yes, fatty, I would tell that man to stick with this family. But where is the conversation in that? Respectfully, where is the fact that we know you're not supposed to do X, Y, Z? The person who wants to go be a hoe already knows that there are going to be people that are going to tell them not to go be a hoe. Where is the actual consequence, or where is the actual learning lesson? Or because I think people just want to give advice sometimes just to talk. A lot of times people just want to give advice because they really have nothing else to say. Because again, when you give them the same cookie cutter advice, when you give them the same knowledge that they should already know and that they already know, How are you helping them further in life? So it's not about, making the argument go beyond unnecessarily. It's more so just the fact that we need to have these conversations. Why do we give advice when we know the person is going to follow the opposite anyways? Continue to tell them to do what's right regardless. I hear y'all. I do. Trust me, I hear y'all. But again, they're not going to. They're not going to. If they are already if they're already coming to you with the decision and they're questioning to you, just know they already made their decision, y'all. That is human nature. If I come to you and I say, hey, I think this dress is cute. What do you think? RogueC already bought that dress. I'm being honest with you. Most times when people are coming to you about advice, they already done it or they're already going to do it. And we have to acknowledge that. So the only way that advice really works is the fact that we are going to go ahead and just tell them, do what you do and find out. 1 second, y'all. All right, 1 second, fair use.
And is as a wife that had 3 kids by him. She cared about him. She was him when he was nothing. She knows his family. She's a good woman. She has sex with him, cooks, cleans. She is so good. And this man saw Andrew Tate on the TV, my Bugatti, right? And now all of a sudden, this man wants to be a worldwide playboy and fuck on bitches and smoke cigars and all these things. He comes to you and he says, RogueC, I need advice.
Okay, so
do I stay with my lovely wife that was there for me when I did nothing, that loves me to death, or do I go ahead and pursue my dreams of having a Bugatti, a golden one, and be the biggest playboy in the planet? What is RogueC telling that man?
So the issue that you guys are having, RogueC can say, stay with your family. I can. But if that is something that that person wants to do and he wants to blow it all up, guess what he's going to do regardless? Guess what she's going to do regardless? And that's what you're not hearing. Move out the way. So y'all are just move out the way.
Nigga, they said, what's your advice? That's what they said. They didn't say do this mumble jumble.
It's fine.
Move out the way so the people that actually want the lifestyle, that really want to be in the traditional, that really want to do these things, move out the way so they can actually do it. RogueC has no issue in her relationship because RogueC follows her man. I am traditional to that point where
if you are going, I gave you 30 seconds to address what I said.
Why do I only get 30 seconds when everybody else gets our monologue?
No, RogueC.
Welcome to my school podcast.
You are not like, you are going to hate at some point, right? On your YouTube career, now you kind of like are new to us. You are going to hate this, and I'm going to tell you why you hate this, right? On every other show, all of these people will let you ramble and monologue and go, and they will say, I never heard that. That's actually dope. We like the back and forth. You say something to me, I will address it.
So why don't I get the same grace?
You will address it. If that man goes to RogueC and says, left, I'm going to go Andrew Tate route, right, I'm going to stay with the woman that gave me 2 kids and loved me to death and did everything right. Where does RogueC tells him to do as the right thing? RogueC is a righteous person. She cares about community. She cares about what's right. She cares about family. What does RogueC tell that man to do?
I'm going to tell him, you stick with your family. Now, if that man,
You're crazy. You're crazy. You're not keeping up. You're not keeping up with what you're saying right now. That was so wild. You just told him to stay with his family, but you told the lady to do what she likes. Do what make her feel.
Okay. So again, I know you guys heard me. I would tell both parties the actual same advice. The point of what I was making with the lady versus the man is, and it wasn't really even the lady versus the man situation. I just went ahead and conceded to the point that, yes, I agree with you. I would tell the person the better advice. Outside of that, if I know they're not going to listen, I'm also going to tell you the consequence that follow.
So good. You know what, baby girl, just you do it? Because you got the Lakers stuff. That's what you just did. RogueC, mentally you have went rogue. Okay, you're nothing about you. There's no tape recorder in your head. There's no VCR. There's nothing to play back what's happening. You're on ecstasy right now. Right? You're Jeffrey, all right? He was crazy, especially during that time. Jeffrey just graduated. That's what's going through your head. For you to get to that answer when your other answer for the lady was to do what she think is best for her. Like you told her to just do whatever she wants to do. And then you told the guy to stay. It's crazy. That's just wild.
And now you can go. RogueC, you have to listen. And now
I can't even.
RogueC, you have to listen. Now that I got my answer, you can go on for 3 minutes. Go ahead. Now that I got what I wanted, 3 minutes.
The thing is, I already said that. I already said, if you're coming to RogueC, I'm going to give you the advice that I would live, which is to stay with your family. Now, with that being said, people can always do what they want to do.
You know we was here,
so you know
right?
what I'm going to say? If you do what you want to do, don't get mad when she finds another man. Don't get mad when he finds the woman that he's actually wanting, because you are going to do what you're going to do, and he does not need to sit there in misery. He is going to be happily to move on. She is going to be happily to move on. So if you lose your family in the process of that, because you didn't want to take my advice, because you really wanted to follow your heart, and that's the point I was trying to get to. When you have these people on these healing journeys, they think right now, all I feel is what I feel right here, right now, which is why a lot of people make impulsive decisions, and that ends up biting them in the butt. So usually when you are trying to get on these healing journeys, I'm not disagreeing with Ms. Bella. Ms. Bella is saying, make sure you know the knowledge and make sure you have the backing to prove it. Kiana is 27. I'm not saying this as a defense mechanism, but if she went through a bad thing, she needs to heal from it first. She doesn't need to really move on in the sense of, let me move on to the next man. She is finding herself within. So why are we mad about that? You would be more mad if she was going around sleeping with other men and making the same mistake over and over.
No, the problem is that
To be fair,
I was counting on the clock, RogueC. I kept my promise.
You did
and
that.
now we are going to get to $1 million question so the rest of the panel can talk and we actually go to the main event.
I actually wanted to talk on something real quick. I didn't even want to talk on this.
Oh no, I know, RogueC. You can. Your body, your choice. You can always click the red button, right?
It's not about that. But I'm saying you asked the question.
Can
I actually talk about the thing I want to talk about, and then I'll shut up?
Because RogueC, I promise I will give you the minute.
So, see, that was also what was just kind of frustrating at the time of that conversation. I didn't even want to get in on the conversation on that part. I'm in the back chat like, hey, there was something that came up in the midst of the conversation previous to this one that I actually wanted to get in on. I really didn't even want to answer this question about the advice thing in the first place, but fine, I will because you put it on me. But that wasn't the thing I even wanted to come in and talk to you all about, because again, the way that conversation was going all over the place, it was just a matter of, listen, cool if you want me to answer this question, but the thing that I actually really wanted to talk about was XYZ. Neither here nor there. Fatty knows is all love. It's just a matter of that put me in a weird place, because I'm like, this was thrown on me. I'm gonna answer it for the sake of answering it, but I did want to talk about something else. Neither here nor there though.
And I gave you the minutes, right? But we need to go back to what is RogueC. You need to go back to what's actually important. Why did you tell that man to go back to his family, but you tell the woman that wanted to be a hoe to go follow Amber Rose?
It's right.
That's not true, and y'all are complaining.
Hey, it's right there. I got it in the back. I got it in the back. Please pull it up. Please pull it up. I pulled it up already. Hold on real quick. Hey, hold on. You told him to go back. Hey, RogueC, you told him to go back to his family. Look what you told her.
And I said with the woman.
Hold on. Don't talk. It's recorded.
Think about it, right? You have a woman that wants to be a hoe, right?
That's what she wants to do.
And her idol is Amber Rose.
Yeah.
And she goes to you and she says, RogueC, I have this guy, he loves me, he cares about me, he treats me right, he comes from a good family, all this, I like him, but I want to be a hoe just like Amber Rose. Do you tell that woman to follow the woman that you want the lifestyle to be and send her to the burning building and to the slut walk and to having nudes out and to marry a schizophrenic, bipolar? You send her that road, or you tell her, baby, I know you're feeling these things, but this guy is actually what's right for you. You are going to regret to follow that person. Like, what
You want the
are you
honest answer?
telling
You want the honest
RogueC?
answer?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell her follow what you want to do because that man is not gonna be happy with you.
Wow.
So yeah, you was caught.
Y'all got denim? Hold on. On the website, y'all? Ain't no way you guys are a print on demand.
So y'all saw when they played it originally and then when they played the playback. Did they not cut me off? Because I was going to get to the same breakdown that I was also trying to get to with the man and with the woman, and they cut me off. But it's all good. It's all good. We know how these things go. It's still all love. But we know how these things go. The same advice I was going to give the man, I was going to give the woman, vice versa. Welcome in, Robert. Thank you so much for coming through. Happy to have you. Y'all, please make sure you are hitting the like button. Let's see. Is it me or does it seem that Fatty is the one not listening? You know, again, a lot of times we're on these panels and when the conversation happens, we are just talking to go ahead and rebut instead of listening. So, you know, it can be on both sides. That's why I'm never going to just say RogueC can't take accountability. RogueC can't take correction. It comes through from both sides. Fair use.
So, my dear, you was caught. You was caught. Like, all you could do now, the best thing to do, RogueC, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to actually help you out because you're still a sister, even though you got down your head, which I don't approve of. I'm still going to try to help you out. The best thing to do now is say, damn, my bad. I think they both should follow that second advice I gave. The first one I gave was bad. It was bad. It was not good. So you should all follow the second. That's what you do. Say, I did mess up. I apologize. I shouldn't. You got it.
If
You got
I
it.
messed
There's a
up that
sword.
check,
Get
I
on
will
it. Just
apologize.
everybody just get on the sword. There's nothing you can do now. You've been recorded. Just record it.
I told you
I apologize, that Shaq. I apologize to everyone that heard the bad advice that RogueC gave. I will take correction. I will take accountability. I will lay my head against the sword. I appreciate that. That Shaq, I know how you feel about the wigs and stuff, but we already had that conversation over here as well. But I appreciate you as a brother as well. Fair use.
told you that you're RogueC, you have the opportunity.
Before I can actually
RogueC, 1 second.
She about to try to talk away out of this.
The reason why I was even saying go do, yes, y'all did. Y'all cut me off as you do.
He cut you off just then?
Yes, playing the videos and all that. Yes. If you actually continue,
I cut you off while we played the video where you say do what's best for you because you go. No, you said I'm gonna tell her to do what makes sense. RogueC, you told a man to go back to the family. You told her to do what's best for you because you're gonna make him unhappy.
Why? And then when I finally broke it down, I can tell that woman, because if you continue to play the video, I said I can tell that woman to go and stick with her family. But guess what? If in the back of her mind, I want to be a hoe, she's not going to be a good wife to that man.
Now, sure. 1 second. Explain to us. Now and interrupted. Nobody's going to interrupt you. What you said to the woman and what you said to the man. Clarify it. Uninterrupted.
So again,
clarify.
I said to both parties, if they are personally going to ask RogueC and where I stand on it, stay with your family. Because that's what the point I was even trying to get with Kiana when Kiana said her father was supposed to be a better husband. That is what she said in the beginning. And this whole circular conversation conflated. Now, with that being said, when people have a mindset of what they want to do, they're not going to perform the best of that capability. So I'm saying if you are willing to lose and risk losing that man or that good woman, then so be it. But do not complain if your lifestyle is not matching what you actually thought it was. Because a lot of people think that all that glitters equals gold. And that's why they go into those impulsive lifestyles. They think the grass is greener, but the grass is only greener where you water it. So again, I understand how things can get
seen as one way when it's really not. And again, if you guys want to take that first cut and say the first thing that RogueC said was wrong, I will take that. I will, like I said, lay on the sword about that. But that was not the advice that that was not actually what I was saying. And again, it was not even gender specific, because the advice goes with what RogueC believes. If you want to go be a 304, whether you're a man or a woman, I'm going to go tell you, don't do that because XYZ is going to happen. But I already know in the back of my mind, you're going to go do it. You're going to go do it. You already did it probably by the time you're bringing it to me. So at the end of the day, again, it wasn't a matter of because it's a woman, I'm going to say, go follow your heart. I'm going to tell them both the same thing. It's just, yes, I can be long-winded, but so can everybody else in this space. Everybody else conflates. Everyone else gets to talk and ramble and monologue. So again, I just wanted to just get my point across, and, you know, sitting there for over an hour being quiet, the conversation moving here, the conversation moving there. It was just a matter of, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. And I know I could have explained it shorter or better. My bad. I'm working on it. I'm a new content creator. We're going to get better at it. Fair use. That is the point.
None of this means anything right now. I'm just being honest with you. None of this means anything because your words was your words. You told that lady to do what's best for her. I don't even know that's verbatim. I apologize if I'm saying the wrong words. You told that lady that technically you gave her the green light to go out there and be a balding stripper whoring it up. You gave her that green light. The guy, you specifically told him to go back to his family. Specifically told him, like, you should go back to your family. You never told that lady you should not go out there and be a whore. You did not do that. So what you're doing right now, it means nothing. This is what we like to call cleaning up. I was like, you're being a cleanup woman. You take this is a broom. A clean up woman is a woman in need.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I don't know the words. Y'all know better, right? Clean up woman. That's what you're doing. You're being a clean up woman right now, which is recorded. You can't be. Nobody will let you do this. But, you know, continue.
I'm trying to make. I can tell you stay with your family, but if they don't want to listen and they want to go live that lifestyle, you find out for yourself what's going to happen, man or woman. And then when someone else scoops up that good man or someone else scoops up that good woman, I don't want to hear no tears from you.
And this is why y'all actually, like, Ali keeps saying this all the time, right? Fatty is pretending he doesn't care. And maybe this is actually it. Because if a crackhead comes to me and says, oh, my heart tells me, I'll say, shut the fuck up and stop doing drugs. And a fat person, an alcoholic, and an abuser, and a cheater, stop doing that shit to people that don't deserve it.
Thank you.
Straight up, you're going to regret that shit. But me, the atheist Portuguese, doesn't give a f about nothing that's happening here, believe that all women are either O's here or O's over there, believe that all men don't, like, I am the one that have to be the person in the room. I have to be the one to say, hey, sir, I know that every time the Lakers lose, you try to cheat on your wife because you want to feel something and all that shit. But don't do it. He's wrong. Don't do it.
When he goes and does it, then what?
No,
does he give come to you for advice?
Hey, RogueC, this is actually the problem with people that pretend they care. If I know a person is going to commit self-deletion or do something very dangerous to them or do something that is going to be, I will at least say, hey, bro, don't do it. Because I've been through your shoes and I thought every day I woke up, I didn't want to be here, but that shit was over. One day I woke up and I was like, damn, I actually want to leave, right? I don't say, oh, you're going to do it. You want to throw yourself over a bridge? Do what your heart tells you, man. No, when people are doing things that are bad to them or to other people, we try to stop them. And if they keep doing it, that's on them. Fatty, you need to stop eating. Okay, if I go ahead and I get a stroke or diabetes, at least Coco tried. At least King Regis tried. They gave me advice. I didn't want to follow, so I went ahead and did it. Why is RogueC, and Cam, you can go next. Why is RogueC a person that cares so much about community, building family, and all these things, literally letting people that are attracted to, like, you know, like the moth and the fire, like they are naturally attracted to light, to fire. If you actually care about the moth, you say, don't go over there, you're going to get burned. Why is you a person that actually cares? You position yourself in that way. Why are you letting people that are pursuing a disaster actually go ahead and touch that shit? Why?
Okay. Because again, at the end of the day, a lot of people don't listen to the advice that we give. And we have to be aware of that. We have to be real with that. Everybody here who has a podcast and everything like that, I promise you, majority of your audience is still going to go do the absolute opposite of what you're actually advising. Because a lot of people right now, they are the type of person I have to touch the fire to make sure it burns me.
I'm letting you know, in actual real life, as a person who gives advice, that is still so foolish what you're saying. What you're saying, once again, is because you assume that the person you're talking to is not going to listen to you because, I'll agree with her. Most people ain't going to take the advice. Most things ain't going to take the advice. But because you're now assuming that everybody is this thing, you're going to stop giving good advice. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
All right. So 1, he agreed. 2, there's a difference between caring and also, like I said earlier, controlling somebody. And that accusation that I don't care about people, that actually bothers me up to a point. That one hurts a little bit because, it seems like they were completely missing the point that I was making. And, I do care about people deeply, for one, right? Let me start there. I do care about what I do. I do the research. I do a lot of preparing when it comes down to the shows that I do, or just even talking to people because 1, I'm not a licensed professional. Can we start there? A lot of us are also acting like we are licensed professionals, that we know the best advice to give people when we pretty much don't know a damn thing ourselves. So I'm going to start there. But because I can care about somebody, I can also, discover that they are going to be their own person, whether they agree with what RogueC says or what they don't, right? So again, the point I was trying to make was never, I'm not going to give the solid or the correct advice, the advice that people always hear. The point that I was making is, though, that I don't want to make you feel like you only did something because RogueC is controlling you, for one, because a lot of times when we give advice, it also kind of comes down to the point that I want to control this person. And I'm not saying you're doing that on purpose, but there is a difference between, trying to tell somebody what they can and cannot do and trying to drag them to the lifestyle and the life that you want them to do. And that creates chaos. That creates resentment. And we have to be, aware of this. Welcome in, Coffee. So I'm going to give you an example, right? If I have a friend and she tells me she's going to go cheat on her husband, like the example that Fatty was making, I'm not handing her hotel recommendations, right? I'm not cheering her on and being like, yeah, girl, go do what you do. I'm not doing all that, right? I'm not saying go live your best life. I'm saying it, why? I'm going to make that person think about what they're actually going to say, that they're saying that they're wanting to do, for one. Why? What's missing? And, are you talking to your husband? I'm going to ask the hard questions. I'm going to give the real, and that's not the cookie cutter advice that people are wanting RogueC to say. And if she says I'm going to do it anyway, I'm going to tell her, what happens to you happens to you. I'm not going to follow her where she goes. I'm not going to even just be like, personally, I probably wouldn't even be her friend anymore, but I would still try whatever little last resort effort that I could, last ditch effort that I could. But outside of that, it is what it is. And it is now up to RogueC on how she wants to move accordingly. Because if I continue to be her friend and her lifestyle doesn't match my lifestyle, then I will be a hypocrite. The way that they're trying to point me out to be a hypocrite at this is not fair because, again, I can care about people, but I can also make sure that I preserve my energy as well. Fair use.
You're not gonna you're gonna just say, do whoever make your cuckoo feel good. Whoever make your fifis like fuzzy on the inside. Just whatever does that to you, go ahead and do it. You're gonna actually send niggas to the wolves. That's what you just said. I can agree that there's certain niggas who need to be put in the belly of the beast to learn. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm one of them niggas. I'm niggas. But guess what? I have a brother who's not one of them niggas. I have a nephew who is not one of them niggas. So guess what you do? You give them the advice. And when they don't take the advice, you let them figure it out on their own after you give them the advice. You don't tell a nigga, do whatever makes you feel good. That's not advice. That's you just tell a nigga to do what they was already doing. That was wild.
I agree.
It's not what she just, whatever.
She just keep going. And that's unfortunate You can go ahead and tell them XYZ. We've seen plenty of podcasters do it, but yet somehow we're still in the same circular situations over and over again.
But the point is,
that doesn't change the advice that don't change the advice you're going to give them, though.
Okay,
that doesn't change the advice that you're going to give them. That doesn't change what you when you know something's right and wrong. Hold on, when you know something's right and wrong, you know what it is. So even if the possibility they could possibly not listen to you and do something stupid, you're still going to tell them what you know is right. What
and
are
I'm
you
not
talking
disagreeing
about?
with that.
There's the like
you can get emotional right now. If you want to get emotional right now, and you're not being
oh my God.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Crazy, man.
I'm not being emotional.
She's being emotional.
Talking.
Because when you want to be like, you don't know what you're talking about.
3 hours.
You have not listened to me for 3 hours. You have not. I've been sitting here just quiet.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a little toxic. One, all of us were sitting there waiting. Two, shout out to King Riches. He seems really cool. He was cool for him, just talking to him and what pre-show and whatever. But at the end of the day, you're a man. You can jump in. You can tell Fatty and Ali, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and hop in. If you're sitting there waiting for women to stop talking, respectfully, you're gonna be waiting for the whole show to end. I don't know what you wanted from me. We were all sitting there waiting because the whole chaos of the show that had nothing to do really with the show, because Fatty only played one clip. The show went completely left after that one clip. So again, if you wanted to hop in, you're a man, hop in. But talking over me, cutting in when you're trying to get an explanation and you're acting like you're trying to chastise me like you're my father, yes, you're emotional for that. And I'm not going to let that ride. Point blank, period. You're not my daddy. And I don't need to be chastised by some man when I'm not saying anything wrong. If you don't like how I was saying it, if you want me to apologize for how I said it, if you want me to apologize for the ranting and rambling, I'll do all that. But you're not going to chastise me like my daddy. Fair use.
Are you being emotional? RogueC, are you being emotional? How is he being emotional? Then King Riches don't go but so far up. How is he being emotional if you're not being emotional? Am I being emotional right now?
Yes, Daddy. Good night, everybody.
Right. So,
can you tell which one of us is real and which one of us is AI? How about now? Does this look real to you? If you thought I was AI.
I want everybody to know. Y'all don't know because I haven't showed in the clip. King Richie's only spoke 2 times. I think this is, he only spoke twice in this whole conversation that's been going on. But
mind you, it's ladies first, but okay.
3 hours and 22 minutes. I said, he's being emotional. The nigga who just said, you don't know what you're talking about. He stated, what are you talking about? I say, that don't change your.
Again, calling him emotional because, again, if you're a man and you keep feeling like you need to chastise me or interject every time that I was saying something, yes, that was very emotional.
Advice because of what people are. They don't change it. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm not gonna talk to people who being emotional. First of all, let's get one thing straight. You look like a black Hawaiian. I mean, like you like a Hawaiian that's a nigga. Okay, that's what you look like. It's crazy. It's crazy. Your wardrobe. And I had to take shots at you because you thought that what you just did was appropriate. All right. Ohana means family, and family means nobody's left behind. And nobody left behind means you don't bring a damn wig. All right, I hate it. I hate what you just did.
So you know what the truth is, King Riches? They want to benefit from being a hoe and a wife. They don't want men to benefit from being the hoe they call us and a husband. They want everyone to do what benefits them without benefiting anyone. That's what the truth is. That's why they say, hey girl, you want to be a hoe on Monday, girl? Go do your thing. You'll always be able to be a wife. But the man, excuse me, RogueC. Y'all don't know how to practice. Dig this. Can I finish, please? No, ma'am. You said it. You said no. I didn't cut you off, ma'am.
Yes, you did.
No. So
it was actually me and King Riches going.
No, you called him emotional. You cut him off by calling him emotional.
You cut him off.
Did you hold on?
So that means that you interject. Cool, I guess.
Hold on. Did you cut him off? Hold on.
You're making too much
because
sense.
you're yelling in the midst of you having a talk. Like,
hey, Fatty, no, this Fatty. Hey, Fatty.
Hey, Ali, I'll let you go. Ali, RogueC. What you're doing is so dangerous. Respectfully, for somebody that cares about black men the way that you actually care, you should be very conscious of the image that you're going to push to 600 people and probably thousands of people watching. This is the same that we complain. Oh my God, look at the angry black woman. Why are you angry black woman? Why are you angry? What? Stop. Calm down.
So one, that's not the same microaggression that calling somebody who is acting out emotional. Cool. I'll admit it. It was a microaggression. I was frustrated. I will take that L, y'all. I was most definitely frustrated. And it was just kind of just getting to the point where it was coming off ridiculous at that point. Because again, if you saw the show previously, it was just too much. It was a lot. And, you know, it does get frustrating when people want to have bad understanding and just try to honestly make it seem like you're miscommunicating. That's neither here nor there. Hey, Tachi, you want to ask a question discerning from what people will take the advice versus people that won't. Honestly, I'm going to just tell you straight up. People in your circle, people that actually know you, people that are really just coming to you for advice when they actually are wanting to be better, that is how you really know when you're going to give them advice. If you know this person is just asking for the advice just because they want to feel like they're doing something morally superior, that they want to feel good to do things, but they're not going to do the work to actually be better, your advice is going to go on deaf ears, point blank period. So long story short, people who want to be better, those are the people that you actually give advice for. People who just wanted to seem better on paper, you pay them dust. And I'm not being cruel when I'm saying that. It's just, again, casting your pearls to swine is not going to help you. It's not going to help them, and it's not going to help you. So that's pretty much the easiest way, when you know someone is actually going to put forth the effort and the action to be better. Fair use.
Literally a couple of shows ago, there was a gigantic content creator that came around. King Regis was very calm and having a conversation. And because he wanted to portray him as the chimp or the black man that loses control and all that calm down, man. Hey, man, chill, calm down. So he can get the rise of him and now he can have a conversation. You got caught in a contradiction. And instead of actually just having the conversation, because his tone was very demure, and I know King Regis can go crazy, right? His tone was very simple. He just was talking to you. You are using the same trick that the dude did. Hey, man, why you angry, man? Why you mad? Why you screaming? Who the fuck is screaming, RogueC? How is that possible? How are you going to treat a fellow black man the way that these white supremacists are treating us too? Hey, calm down. You are a victim now?
No, RogueC's never a victim. That's why this is hilarious. All I'm saying is, I'm never a victim. So the conversation, you're telling me you don't know what you're talking about. You're a victim of what? I want to know, what do these men think that they could really make me a victim of, for one? Two, yes, willing to win is right. I apologize, because my goal is never to insult somebody. If they actually really do feel genuinely insulted, my bad. That is not something I wanted to do. It's just, again, the frustration, the argumentative, the back and forth. I don't like when men want to be argumentative. I really don't think that's cool. I will argue with my girlfriends, respectfully. But with that being said, it's also just a matter of, if you hear someone talking, and I'm sorry, again, if you wanted to jump into the conversation, you should have. No one had a monopoly overall on the conversation besides Kiana, because it was technically the show was about Kiana. Outside of that, hop in wherever you see fit. And if not, you can't get mad when someone else is having that time either. But again, you know, it was a little deeper than all that. I think everybody was also kind of just tired. Again, the energy was high. It was up and stuck from like the moment the show kind of really got going. You're just pretty much trying to overtalk me when I'm like, okay, we can have a conversation, King Richards, if you want to ask me to elaborate. And then when Ali is also interjecting, because I even pointed out the hypocrisy when Ali was saying in his first example of, if I'm going to answer this real quick. We're talking about healthcare professionals. RogueC is not a therapist. RogueC is not any type of emotional, professional. I'm not in the field of actually trying to do this for people. And a lot of people who really want to give advice aren't either. So again, when it comes down to professional help, yes, there's the codes of conduct to make sure that the professionals do their job no matter the situation. We understand that. When it comes down to your everyday life and everyday people, you can give the best advice. I never said that we're not going to give the advice. What I'm saying is, a lot of times, most people are going to do what they want. And again, if they're not showing that they actually want to be better, I promise you your advice is being wasted. If they really wanted the actual advice, they would actually go to a professional. And that actually should have been a talking point that I also should have pointed out. Most times, if they're coming to you and avoiding going to actual get professional advice, they are going to do what they want to do. And that is another telltale sign. A woman is coming to you with a certain tone and the instruction, and you as men will still ignore it. So again, that is problematic to everything that we're saying. And you are kind of proving the point of why
women have to yell? Why do I have to come out of my femininity just to get you to listen?
Hey, fatty. Hey, hold on, King Rich. You can't go right after me. No, I'm saying 5 seconds. Ali is going. Women are not delusional. They're in denial. They manipulate and they opportunists and they lie in real time. Every single time, the camera will play. We'll catch it on tape, and just like the officers will do, we need to go investigate. It's not what you saw. Don't believe your eyes. Don't believe your ears. Don't believe nothing you saw. The evidence is right here. Y'all are in denial. Y'all manipulate.
Okay, so for context to that backstory, or for context to why I even said that in the beginning, right? The original talking point that we were kind of all stuck on was the idea of tone policing, which we'll do another show. Probably, I'm going to kind of be busy this weekend, y'all, so we'll probably do it next week. But, and, you know, shout out to Melon and Legacy, because, you know, that whole conversation came up. I enabled it. I will go ahead and take that out. I enabled it. With that being said, we were talking about tone policing, and the conversation was about how a man who will listen to a woman tell him, babe, can you go take out the trash? Hey, babe, can you do this? Babe. But the moment she goes, Negro, why didn't you da-da-da-da? That's when he wants to jump into action. So I was trying to bring it back to the actual conversation, because the actual conversation based off Kiana's video was about men listening to women in the divine feminine. The men took it to, should men actually listen to women? So that was what I was trying to actually bring the conversation back to, because all this other stuff was just crazy. All this other stuff was just fluff, and it wasn't even part of the real show. So I'm just like, okay, let's actually take it back to where we need to, so the show can keep going. We're constantly getting caught up in these little petty arguments and fights that had nothing to do with anything. Now, granted, it's not RogueC's show, but again, I just wanted to actually talk about what originally we were on. That's it.
In real time, and then you want men to tell you the truth. That's why they ask, tell me the truth and let me choose. Y'all lie to yourselves, and you lie continuously, even when the men, you know what, y'all literally say, my sons can't be emotional.
That's wild.
My sons can't be vulnerable. My sons don't communicate because the patriarchy won't let them. Our own women won't let us. Hey, you got it, King Riches.
And Cammy afterwards, and then we have to go main event and read the super chat, friends.
Basically, this has really showcased why a lot of men don't really want to have conversations with women, because as soon as I said something that was logical, that you really could not argue, the next thing is you throw a shaming line out there to shut me up. And that's typically what a lot of women do. And this woman, Kiana, below me, shaking her head, because she did the same thing, because she started saying I'm sassy when I said something she couldn't argue. So it's really typical, and what's scary, and what's scary is
thing that you said,
and what's scary, and what is, and you're interrupting.
No, I'm asking.
And what's scary is that
you're interrupting, RogueC.
RogueC, you literally just a second ago, you are crazy. All right, you are on dope. I can tell why you trying to dress like a Hawaiian now. You are crazy. How is this even possible? What you're doing? You're cutting him off. No, I'm asking a question. Oh. No, I didn't know that wasn't part of cutting the nigga off. I didn't know that. I thought cutting nigga off means when I'm speaking and you start speaking as well. I thought that was cutting off. I didn't know they said it's specific things. So if I start...
So do we not remember when King Riches was constantly cutting RogueC off? Okay. But it's cool when they do it, right? You know, like shout out Robbie. Sorry, I didn't get to say hi. Shout out to you, Robbie. Robbie told, you know, she said it straight up. They wanted RogueC to just be quiet. I don't know why even pass the mic to RogueC then. Because again, I'm going to say things, and if you don't like it, or if you want to feel like it's shaking up the room, it's going to shake up the room. But again, you know, it's cool when they do it, ladies. We're just supposed to be docile. We're supposed to just shut up. We're just supposed to be, you know, the ones who just look pretty. And that's fine and dandy, but again, it's a matter of, I don't know. It just all comes down to the same thing. The conversation is not going to go how you want it, because you can't control another person. The same with the advice. You can't control another person. So no matter how much you can hope for the best for people, it's not always going to be that. And I think we kind of set ourselves up for failure by thinking that we're going to give the best darn advice in the world, and they're going to follow it. They're going to change their life, and then they're going to come back and tell me, thank you, RogueC, so much for the advice that you gave me. It changed my life, and I am just so much better and happier now. We all want that beautiful picture painted, right? We all want that beautiful fantasy in our head. But the reality is it's not going to happen. Not all the time, at least. And that was the conversation that I was trying to have. But again, I do apologize for, you know, cutting off King Riches. I do apologize if any of my actions came off obnoxious. Again, we were having a back and forth. The panel was already kind of just turned up. So everybody was kind of just on edge already. So I do apologize for my unprofessionalism.
singing Star Spangled Banner, if I start singing it, that means I'm not cutting you off, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if I start singing Little Richard's song about like maybe if I do that, I'm not cutting niggas off. I know that there's certain things if you do, you ain't cutting nigga off. It's crazy your logic.
He interrupted you and you interrupted him.
Just like y'all did. It's cool.
What? No, she said he was emotional while he was talking.
Can y'all stop? Read the room. This man was quiet for 1 hour and 30 minutes. I literally pointed out, thank you, King Bridges, for being patient. Every time he talks very calmly, and he talks on a very short period of time. The 2 times he got the microphone, you sassy, and why you screaming at me? And he's the calmest motherfucker in the room. Maybe he has to dress with a suit and a tie. And like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Let the man motherfucking talk. No, respectfully, this is why nobody listens to y'all. Because the calmest man in the room that talks the least is trying to talk. And y'all, for whatever reason, can't let him finish.
Gaslighting the hell out of him.
That's crazy. Cammy, next,
No,
go after the questions. Go ahead, King.
Jesus so like Christ. As I was saying to RogueC, at the end of the day, if you know what is right and wrong, regardless if the person asking you for advice may possibly go and do something stupid, you're going to still give them the correct advice that you know is correct. You don't need to start talking into the intricacies of, oh yeah, well, you know, a lot of people that I talk to, they still do the wrong thing. But okay, that's on them. But you know, you did your part and you told them what was the right decision, the right choice, and that's where it ends. You don't need to go into, well, maybe she's going to be a bad wife for the guy. Bro, that's not what we're asking you. We're asking you, what is the advice you're going to give to that person? And the question I had for Kiana is, are you actually a coach? Do you actually coach people in real life? Because that's really scary.
I have just started, so I'm still building. I think
you need to just stop.
I'm what?
Hi, BG. Welcome in. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Hi, BG. Welcome in, love. Make sure I said hey to everybody. White flag. Hello, hello. Y'all are telling me, listen, listen, the reason why I can apologize is because I can admit where I'm wrong, right? I have no issue actually learning from situations. I have no issue. I'm a new content creator. I'm new to these panels with a bunch of other people. So I will admit where I can actually get better. I will admit where I can actually be more productive and actually help produce a better show, help produce better dialogue, help produce better understanding, because that is all, you know, I even try to do here on my show. So understanding and actually just making sure that we get to point A to point B is something that I do care about. But hello. Thank you so much for coming through, BG. Oh, BG, you see, this is why I can't put your comments up. You're not right. You know, listen, let me get this off the screen real quick so we can finish the video.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're
big screen. That was funny. I can't go to the next part because that's about to become an argument with Kiana. And Kiana's going to once again lose her mind because this nigga going to tell everybody that she's not a coach, but she tells everybody she's a coach. Wow. But still, now, at the end of this thing, RogueC, you got caught. You got caught with your feet in the sand. You know, because Negro Hawaiian, you got caught. All right, so this thing what we're going through right now is wild. You don't have to do this. All you gotta do is just chin up, my dear. Look up and say I effed up. That's all you gotta do. Chin up, say I effed up. RogueC made a mistake. I'm sorry. Easy to do that, but you won't. Most people won't. You know how you said, you know how when you just said that most people will not actually take your advice. They're gonna just do what they want to do. Yeah, most people will not say that they effed up as well. Look like you're getting pushed right into that most people thing, right? It's crazy. Ain't it funny how life goes around? Yeah, but still, good thing Fatty and Ali is there to do what they're doing to people. Like, you know, oh, I'm gonna talk. You're gonna just say a whole bunch of mumble jumble, and then I'm gonna have to wait so that I can put you in a headlock. It's called filibustering. Stop speaking so much. Say what the point is, so then I can put you in this headlock and I can squeeze to your booty hole, shoot across the room. Just do it. But you know, it was very simple. You clearly did what they said. I say, the lady, yeah, hey man, do what makes you feel good. The guy, stay with your family. Retardation. Those two things don't connect at all. You put on red shoes. You do whatever makes you feel good. You think those two things are equal? Like, no. If you'll let me finish, you mean let you clean up? That's what you mean clean up what you said? Wild, but you know, niggas can do what they want to do, right? That's why words are dangerous. We should stop letting people use words. One of the worst things was in the English language. Like, it's something I want to say, but I'm pretty sure people get upset. Maybe niggas should have never learned English. Maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe we should. It's something else, yo. It's something else. We have a problem that needs to be fixed. We have a problem. And Kiana's nuts. Oh, that dude, baby.
So shout out again to Dat Shack. Listen, if anyone has any contact to Dat Shack, and you can let him know that I did apologize, and I do apologize, and I mean it wholeheartedly. Even with the whole, I can actually work on my filibustering, right? So I do appreciate everything that he said, as well as the fact that I can still become a better content creator. So again, if anyone has contact information for him, if you can just let him know that RogueC did apologize. I do apologize, and I'm willing to learn more, so I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and move the fair use banner. I mean, I know y'all want to hit the link, but did we get any love towards the goal? Let me check. Okay, so let's see. I think we did. Hold on. Shout out to Robert. Thank you so much. So Robert did put 10 on the goal. I did ask for at least half the goal, so we would need 20 more to go ahead and open up the panel. So if y'all want to hit the panel, you know, if we can just get $20. Like I said, the actual goal that we're trying to hit today is going to be 60. But again, even just to open up the panel, we could just get halfway to the goal. So, you know, the whole point that I also wanted to just make sure that I actually reiterate is the fact that consequences are sometimes better teachers than the actual conversation, right? Did you already have one? You need water. It's late. You can go get a cup and you can drink some water. I love you. Thank you. You need water. Water's good for you. You know, but you have to drink more than that. It's hot outside. It's summertime. The more water you drink, the better. Sorry about that. That was Caleb. So yeah, consequences are sometimes better teachers than the actual conversations. And, you know, there are lessons that conversations just simply cannot teach. Some people have to experience loss. Some people have to experience betrayal before they actually understand loyalty, right? Some people actually have to experience loneliness before they can actually appreciate commitment. It doesn't mean that's what we want for them. It doesn't mean that's what RogueC wants for them, right? It means that reality is sometimes the better teacher. And, you know, that is what wisdom technically is. You know, sometimes you can try to give wisdom, but sometimes reality is going to be the better teacher than that. Listen, I'm thinking about going white. It's summertime, so my next nail color might go ahead and be white. It's about that time anyways. So Beachy says, why they always coming for a woman with high self-esteem? Beachy, we had a conversation a while back ago about how humbling women is such a big deal for a lot of these men. I even think that a lot of these men actually get with women that they don't like just to humble her. Because sometimes they just see a light inside of you and they just want to go ahead and just break you down, tone it down, and do all those things instead of actually cultivating it and making you shine brighter. Because then it feels like they are now you're so completely out of their league that you are now just so untouchable to them. And the fact that they even got close enough so that they could touch you, as soon as they do, they're ready to go ahead and break you down. All right, y'all. So like I said, Tay-Tay, tell your people to support the show. I know you want to get up here. Tell the people to support Tay-Tay. Because at the end of the day, your girl, I love what I do with y'all. But y'all be supporting all these other content creators and everything else. And then y'all just want to, you know, the people who actually try to prepare a show, have conversation with y'all pay us dirt. But it's love. It's all love, y'all. So yeah, we're going to go white toes. All right, so I want to ask you all, have you ever ignored good advice? And what lesson did you actually have to learn the hard way? And when you had to learn that lesson the hard way, Did someone actually... Tay-Tay is cracking me up. Did someone warn you before you actually had to learn the hard way? All right, Taylor, hold on. 1 second. I see what you did there. Beachy is good with puns, y'all. That is actually... I see what you did there, Beachy. Hold on, y'all. All right, Taylor. Just because Taylor knows she gets special treatment. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Taylor, just know I love you. This is how you know I really love you. All right, y'all. So yeah, if y'all want to open up the panel for everyone else, you definitely got to show your girl just a little love. Just a little love. We're just asking for half the goal. $30 for $10 in. Shout out to Robert again. Thank you so much, Robert, for definitely looking out. So while we're waiting on Tay-Tay to come through. Shout out to Tay-Tay. So now we just need $15 to open up the link to everybody. Taylor, check your phone. Lord have mercy. All right. So now that I actually got to really get into what I was trying to say, it is just a matter now of making sure that we understand the whole situation of just casting our pearls to swine. So I do kind of want to know, have you guys ever given advice to somebody and they kind of just said, forget you and your advice? And how did that make you feel? Because everyone's acting like RogueC is crazy. How did that make you feel when somebody, you gave them the best advice that you could ever think of and they just kind of threw it back in your face and paid you dust with it? Now I know Tay-Tay ain't gonna make me wait after trying to boss me around on my show. Hold on, y'all. All right, so I guess y'all be making me break my own rules. Y'all know I love y'all. Here we go. Cause y'all not right to me, but I'll still love y'all. Shout out to Lover Gang. All right, so the link is also in the chat. So I did also want to hit the fact that clarification isn't always backtracking either, right? Because this was probably one of the biggest reasons that I actually did. I said, thank you, Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay, you're behind in the stream. I said, thank you. So I've noticed something in the conversation today. The moment that someone adds context, people immediately say you're backtracking. You're trying to clean it up, as, you know, Dad Shag told me, I'm the cleanup woman, right? But are they? Or are they finally getting the opportunity to actually explain what they were trying to say? Because again, those aren't the same thing. To me, backtracking is when someone abandons position because they realize it's not defensible. Clarification is different. Clarification is still taking the same position, which I did and which I will still do, and helping people understand how you got there, how you arrived to that conclusion, right? And it's like writing a paper. Nobody writes the thesis statement and just says, that's it. That's the whole essay, right? You explain it, you support it, you give examples towards it. You answer the objections, and you're not changing the argument. You're just developing so people can actually have a better understanding of the argument as well. Conversations aren't, you know, just one-sided. They're not a book, right? It's not just about the dissertation. It's not just an essay, because you are having people respond back and forth to you. So when you actually give people the real moment to actually get into their conversation and to clarify, again, I need y'all to understand that that's not backtracking or trying to clean it up. All right. Welcome, Tay-Tay. Hey, boo. Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Talk to me.
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hold on. Let me come in and come back because I can't hear you. Hold on.
Okay. All right. So again, and we also know that people also don't listen just to understand. And I think that's an issue, not just with men, not just with women, right? It's a people problem. There are two ways that people listen. Some people listen to understand, and other people listen to respond, which I said earlier. Or worse, they want to have a gotcha moment. They want to catch you into something, right? And catching people, it's weird, because the moment you're ready to try to catch me into a contradiction or a mistake, a buzzword, or you're ready to clip it up, right? That gotcha moment, that's not really asking what is this person really trying to communicate? That's really just trying to say, how can I prove this person wrong? And that's an issue that a lot of people have even in their real relationships, because instead of listening to how I can fix this, you're really just listening to be like, well, you do this too. Well, you don't tell me this. Well, you don't do this for me. And again, how are we actually getting somewhere with that? So have you actually listened to somebody and already hoping that you can kind of just catch them on something that you disagree with? Welcome back, Tay Tay. Let's try again.
Okay.
All right. Hey, go ahead.
I found out what the problem is.
What you do?
Coming through my headset through my Bluetooth. Let me turn it off.
No worries. No worries. And y'all, the link is down there for anybody as well. So feel free to hit the link. Talk to me. What you got for me, Shay?
Shit.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
God damn it.
Welcome, Zyrax. Thank you so much.
Right. There you go. I can hear you perfectly now. Coming through my computer. How are you, my friend?
I'm well. Hey, Raw. How are you today?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Tay Tay, what you got for me?
Color.
And isn't Raw so beautiful?
Thank you.
I like that lipstick.
Absolutely. So Tay Tay, I'll let you start, and then Raw, I'll let you get in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that you did anything wrong. Me personally, listening to the conversation, I think that they were gassing up the conversation to make it seem like it was a problem, and as if they didn't comprehend what you were trying to say, which I mean, they clearly have bad understanding, right? But what you said made perfect sense, because at the end of the day, you could tell somebody the quote unquote right thing, whatever that is, until you're blue in the face, and people are going to do what they're going to do at the end of the day.
I agree.
That's
also shout out to you, Tay Tay. Tay Tay did actually send the other 15 for y'all, so the link is open for everybody. But the goal is still 60. So if you are able to support the show, we are needing $30 more to reach our goal today. No, but I agree with you, Tay. And Raw, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get in, and then what's up, Willing to Win?
Oh no, I would just say shout out to Tay Tay, but I think it's really ridiculous that whenever these conversations are had, right? Men think that it's respectful to be like, oh, what you're talking about is nonsense, or I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and blah, blah, blah. When they know very well what you're talking about, they just don't know how to start the conversation to disagree with the point respectfully. I also think it's really crazy that he kept calling you Black Hawaiian. First of all, you're a really gorgeous girl. Like, was that meant to be an insult? So you're saying that an African-American woman has an exotic look. Are you attracted? Because I'm confused.
It was the flowers. I had, I went ahead and kind of did it was almost like a lei. It actually did look kind of like a lei now that I look back at the video. I had my hair all to one side. I had a bunch of flowers just kind of cascading through the hair. And I had a very colorful outfit on. I wanted to bring some color over to Fatty's channel. It was a fun time until it wasn't.
You mean some femininity? The femininity that they always say that we don't have, right? So this is another point of contention. Like when women are trying to operate in their feminine, and that was a ladies first, so it was an all-female panel, right?
Right.
So y'all don't really care what women, especially women of color, have to say. You don't want us to be feminine. Like there's always an issue. So is the issue the lack of femininity in women or the lack of appreciation in these men?
And I can feel that. And, that's why it's no shade towards Fatty. It's all love. I actually enjoy being over there. Y'all are talking about, for the people who are saying I have the patience of a saint, I actually enjoy jousting like that, right? And even, like I said earlier, I can learn how to be a better YouTuber. I can learn how to kind of conduct myself with other people's panels as well. So it really wasn't a bad time. It's just, even with, Dad Shack's review, the Black Hawaiian, I've heard him roast worse. So I guess he was taking it easy on me. But all of it is out of fun. And like I said, I do get learning experiences out of this.
God bless, girl.
Well, I mean, I'm a baby YouTuber, so I can still learn some things. And again, none of these men can really hurt my feelings. None of these men can really do anything to me. And I don't think any of them really have any bad. I'm not saying I'll meet any of them or let them get close enough for me to find out. But I don't think in the sense of having issues with RogueC, you might not like my talking points, but I don't think you just flat out hate RogueC, right? And I think that's also the fun thing about it. I don't think that Shaq hates me. I don't think Fatty or Ali or King Riches hates me. So it can be just a matter of, okay, my bad if I did insult you, because I wouldn't want to be insulted either. And we can kind of keep it pushing. Willing to win? Welcome, welcome.
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up?
Hey. Bodyguard. Willing to Win's the bodyguard. He's the bouncer at the door for Club Lover Gang.
Hey.
Where do I start?
Because Willing to Win, y'all, he's quick to be like, Rogue, you know you was wrong, RogueC, you know you didn't do right, Rogue.
I'm just keeping it real. I mean, I think y'all were both wrong, to be honest with you. I don't think it was just you. I think it was him too. I said in the chat, I said, y'all were both wrong. He kept cutting in and cutting you off. You said he was emotional. So I think both sides y'all were both wrong, regardless. It's not just you, it's just him. But I think the whole conversation was all over the place since the beginning about the tone policing. Because remember, the tone policing started off the conversation. And I think as the show went on, it got much heated until, they cut it in and dominating the conversation and etc. Right. So I just think like it was a great show. I'm not taking it away from it, but it was just like it was all over the place at the same time. So I just think that I think we just need to just be respectful of one another,
right,
and not just be throwing shaming tactics, dominating the conversation, throwing insults and stuff like that. So that's just my opinion.
And we're going to talk about the tone police situation in another show I got already planned for everybody. So I kind of also wanted to break that down a little separately. Like even that Shaq was saying, there was so much going on. And, shout out to Fatty, because Fatty actually... Shout out to Fatty. Fatty actually kind of clipped everything all together. So instead of having to go back and forth between everyone's lives, my own live, we could kind of just get to the meat and potatoes of each show part that people want to talk about. That show was wild though, but it was still, it was a learning experience. And for those who are watching, I'm sure it was entertaining. Willing to Win, Tay Tay and Raw. I don't know if you guys saw it from last Sunday.
Listen, I don't have the what word am I looking for?
Capacity?
Yes. I don't have the mental capacity to sit through certain things, and respectfully, them people are not the type of people that I would listen to without getting agitated. So I was in and out, girl. But I did, I was there for you
I appreciate that.
I was in and out.
I know it can be a lot for people, and like I said, that's
just like me.
No, Willing to Win, you were there like the whole time. That's why I'm like, shout out to Willing to Win.
Yeah, I was.
Willing to Win is that type of person you want on like your side. If you about to go out all night, he's gonna be your rider. He gonna be with you the whole time, and I appreciate that. Willing to Win. There are times where I'm just like, all right, I'm sitting in the corner and I need water. Willing to Win's like, you got this, Rogue. Keep going, Rogue. And I'm like, all right, we doing this. So he's a good hype man, y'all. Shout out to Willing to Win.
Keep fighting, right?
There are times I'm like, Willing, I can't. And listen, Willing to Win is just corny for this, because he'll be like, RogueC, you got to be willing to win. Ha 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 ha. Like, I see what you did there.
Extra.
While I have y'all up here, though, I did also want to ask you, since we are getting closer to monetization, I was going to think about doing like movie nights and stuff like that for members. I don't know what else kind of stuff you guys want to do on member shows. I kind of want to make sure that it's worth the membership for everybody. I don't know, Raw, since you kind of been also doing the YouTube thing for a while, you've been monetized for a while. If you have any advice about what member content should be done.
Yeah, I do a lot of member stuff off the platform, like a lot of in-depth discussions, and we, not just watch movies, but we do a lot of documentaries too on other platforms and really get into the deeper conversations. I think like more personal stuff with you would be good on your members.
Okay.
And like just specific lives just for the members. I wouldn't do the movie thing on YouTube though, because it still can content ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking about also either getting like a Patreon to go with the members or something so we can kind of just take it off platform. So I'm still kind of learning the inner workings of all that.
Are you on Discord?
Yeah. I was gonna say Discord is better because Patreon runs.
Yeah, you can do it on Discord. Yeah.
I have not created my own Discord, so
well, you should. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I didn't mean
no, go ahead. I was going to say I have no clue how to get that part started. So,
well, you could create your own Discord for people that want to be in there. But people have to want to be in there, though.
Okay.
I can't control people where they want to be and all that. So, I mean, that's an idea. Discord.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just trying to think of all the things that we can do just so it's kind of worth it for y'all. So my next segment about this show that I was also going to ask was going to be about confirmation bias. I think a lot of confirmation bias is one of the biggest problems when it comes down to these discussions. It just simply means once we believe something about someone, we start interpreting everything that everything that we already think that they believe, even if that's not the case, right? So, a lot of times I can hear RogueC hates men. Every criticism of men becomes evidence of that, right? If someone already believes that RogueC hates women, every criticism of women becomes that. So I kind of wanted to ask about, how we can deal with how every sentence becomes proof. If someone believes you're bitter, every disagreement becomes about your bitterness, right? And I kind of just want to know what y'all think about confirmation bias, especially in this space.
That's what this whole space is. This is why they rail against new ideas or talking points or conversations, because how dare you tell them that the way they feel is wrong?
Is that dangerous though, to the point of trying to move forward or even just education overall?
It depends on what you want to get out of it though. Like it's only dangerous if you allow yourself to keep circling those spaces. Sometimes you gotta let people have it. They move around.
But is that also what keeps turning the space? Because I feel like every time I hear that people don't want an echo chamber in the space, somehow, some way, we get turned back into an echo chamber. And that's what's frustrating about that. That's why I don't have an issue going over there to the Untouchables. I don't have an issue going over anywhere else, because it's kind of like I don't want to be around people that disagree with me just because they can or feel like they should.
But this is the thing, right? There's disagreements and then there's civil discourse. You can have spaces with civil discourse without them being echo chambers. Unfortunately, this space is not one of those spaces. And then in order to exist with a different talking point, you have to be really willing to stand on principle, because you're speaking in a space where a whole bunch of people summarily disagree with you and they don't know the art of conversation.
Right. I get that.
Then you become fodder for them, because they want to minimize your self-esteem and undermine your intelligence by gaslighting.
I also kind of look at it from the different point of view of that's how grifting also gets done in the space. The quote unquote grifters that people like to accuse people of being. I think that is where that confirmation bias, okay, if I'm going to be perceived this way anyway, I'm going to heighten it up and I'm going to try to get what I can get out of it. And I feel like a lot of people are fine with that until they're not fine with that. And that's why I'm like, how can we get out of that confirmation bias so that way you're not feeling bamboozled by people either?
You can't. There are some people that need confirmation bias to exist every day.
And I get that. That's like I said, it just becomes scary, because once people decide that they think you are some way or they think that they know who you are, sometimes nothing's going to really change it. And you're no longer being evaluated for what you say or do, but they're just evaluating how they feel about you. And that really just seems so
low level, and I get it. I get where we are at. But even for people who do want to branch out and do something more, it just seems so hard to kind of bust through that wall now.
And that may be true, but anything that's worth having is always going to take effort. And I'm gonna hit you with an old adage: those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. Why should you ever have to shrink who you are because of how somebody else might perceive you?
And I can definitely agree with that. And I appreciate you for that. It's just, I don't know. It feels like there's a lack of compassion almost. There's a lack of wanting to understand. There's a lack of knowledge or wanting knowledge here. There's a lack of wanting to change to be better. And that's what really just makes it frustrating. And that kind of is where I even went with my original talking point of you can give people the best advice. It doesn't mean they're going to want to follow it. We see that every day in this space. People don't want to be better. And that's why who was asking the question earlier, she's like, how can you tell which people you want to give the best advice to or you don't want to give it to? It's the people that really want to make a difference and make a change at that point, because I'm not a professional. I don't owe you anything.
A lot of these people aren't looking to have any type of understanding. That's the thing. And they're not, and they don't want to be better. They come on here because whatever situation is going on in their home or in their personal life clearly is, instead of dealing with that, they come on here to receive somewhat of affirmation to where, everyone around them is wrong and they're right. And, that's just that.
I'm gonna break it down for you even simpler. This is only entertainment. People go to places that they go to be entertained. They don't, if they wanted to learn something, they, like how you said, they would go to a professional. They would go to a school. They would read a book. They're not doing that. And if you, as an observer of the space, sometimes participant, when I participate with this space in any capacity, it's for entertainment, not really for intellectual conversations, because people don't even understand. Like, now what you was talking about is some bullshit. That's not an open-ended conversation.
Right.
It's very dismissive and diminutive at the start. Instead of saying, like, I hear where you're coming from. I don't agree with your perspective, and this is why. That's a hard ask for these people.
Yeah. I mean, even I wanted to ask y'all's opinion of what that Shaq was saying. Was there anything that actually stood out as far as a learning mode, like a learning moment? I guess just overall with how the space interacts with people and how they kind of feel about the moment you say one thing.
That these people are fickle. They are the barbarian horde. And that's no shade to anybody, but how did the emperors of Rome keep the people busy when they was making real moves? They gave them carnage.
Gladiators. Yeah. So is that what we all are pretty much becoming in this space? We're just the gladiators?
Hell yeah. Like what else is it? Respectfully. Like,
no, I never thought of it that way. I feel you.
It literally is that. Like, if I'm in other areas, so I can tell the difference between when I come over here versus in those other areas. Total opposite energy. Conversations is totally different. Being in other sectors, I have not had to cuss nobody out. I haven't had to raise my voice. Ain't have to, talk about nobody's mama. And it's been peaceful. It really has been. But over here, the energy is just something different because, people are miserable. That's all.
And that's unfortunate. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ro.
I was going to say, then you got to understand, you're a Black woman.
Yeah. You have an opinion. How dare you ask questions?
And you're pretty.
How dare I? How dare I? How dare I?
Exactly. That's what it is.
But that's why when people say it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation, and then they're saying you're a victim or, oh, you're just complaining for the sake of complaining.
Girl, listen, that's what it is. You're gonna have to you really are going to have to just gonna have to accept for what it is. If this is something that if this is something that you want to do in this space specifically, you just gonna have to, I am all that. Cause that's what they think anyways.
And the game, right. And the game is to make you upset. The game is to make you reactive. The game is to make you responsive. Because now this video that you've done, they will probably do a reaction to that one. It's called content farming.
Yeah. And, I definitely agree with that in the sense of, it is part of the entertainment that you were saying. And, even Ross saying this is something that you want to do, you're going to keep fighting and breaking for it. I do believe that Lover Gang can actually surpass even this space. And that's why, like I said, I have no issue pulling the learning lesson that I can. If that Shaq is saying that I was filibustering, I can actually kind of learn to be more concise to the point of what I need to do. Because I am used to talking to you all, right?
But who is he, though?
Listen, I'm not going to be mad if I know I'm going amongst men. Men don't want to hear all that, respectfully. They don't want to hear the details, the nuance and all that. They want to hear the point and they want to get to it because they're ready to talk just as much as well. So
I was about to say.
So if the lesson I'm learning is just how to maneuver and get what I want out of the situation, now people will call that manipulative, but it is just really strategic at that point. So if I know I'm going against these men who don't want to hear the jibber jabber, they just want to hear what they want to hear, or they want the reaction and they want the gotcha moment. If I give y'all that, then what's the problem?
Don't give them that.
It wouldn't have been filibustering if you were saying whatever it is that they wanted to hear. That's
right.
Because there's a couple of the young ladies that you did that panel with the tone policing. There's a few of them on there that were filibustering and was not concise and had me confused because I'm like, what is she talking about? Okay, but she was spewing, the similar talking points to to
the men.
Exactly, the channel that you were on. So it wasn't filibustering then, was it?
Of course, and the men were talking to you a mile a minute with a pound of words. So were they filibustering too? Because they weren't very concise from the clip that I saw.
Not at all.
And that's why I said it's cool when you do it, but when we do it, it's a problem. And that's all understandable to the sense of cool. This is someone else's home. I can understand these things, right? I'm in someone else's house, so their rule is their law. Cool. So I don't have an issue with adapting to it, is pretty much what I'm saying. But Willin to Win was shaking his head at me. So what you got for me, Willin?
I agree with what the ladies are saying. I said it from the beginning. The conversation was all over the place. Right. It was all over the place. Everybody
so why were you shaking your head at me like I was saying something wrong?
No, I wasn't trying to shake my head at you. I was just saying it was just all over the place, from beginning to end.
And that's why I can roll with the punches. I think that's the whole thing also about kind of maneuvering and shaking with these conversations. And people are going to say what they want to say. That Shaq, I think he was already going to be ready to kind of review the fact that I wear wigs. I knew that was coming. Yeah. And that's not a problem to me at all because that's his preference. And, it is what it is. It's kind of strange when you're throwing your preference out there on a woman that you're kind of just...
That you're doing a review of, like...
You're right. You're not interested in... You already hit my talking points. So it's kind of like, I don't know, what else was there for you to say. You didn't like my talking points. You didn't like how I was filibustering, quote unquote. You didn't like how I was approaching the conversation. So that's understandable. So throwing my wig in there, which I thought was really cute. I put all the flowers in it. It was very colorful. It was supposed to be like a little rainbow because the dress I was wearing was
one
rainbow.
point. These obsessions with weave and wigs, I just don't.
Did we not just do the show?
But he did agree with you at one point about. I forgot what he said. He did agree with you one time at least.
Because he's not going to sit there and just kick her all in the back. He has to say something positive to maintain and to maintain balance with his audience, because then it looks like a man attacking, harassing, and beating up on a woman for no reason.
Well, okay, so do y'all want to go? I kind of wanted to do this, so I don't know if y'all want to do this. Do y'all want to go through the comments? Because
don't do it. Don't do it.
Really. Listen, I've already done it, so that's what I'm saying. Do y'all want to go through the comments? I've already done it. And listen, my skin, I actually will thank this space because my skin has become significantly tougher. So I'm really not mad at it because, again, I can kind of just eat the meat, spit out the bones. You know, it's not a matter of really needing to really internalize these things. And I think it just really helps me kind of understand things. One person way back when called me a Temu version of Candace Owens. And I'm okay with that. I think I'm a little goofier than Candace. All right, so Robert's saying, nah. I kind of, listen, y'all, don't ever think that, and that's why I was even saying on the panel, RogueC is never a victim. I am not a victim by any means necessary because I kind of already know if I'm walking into a lion's den, what's going to happen. The lions are going to be hungry. The lions are going to attack. I already know what I'm walking into 9 times out of 10 in a lot of the situations in my life. And that's why I came to the conclusion about how most people aren't even going to listen to the advice you give them unless they're really ready and they're going to be ready to do the things that they need to do to change.
Love, how are you? Well, you got to be She-Hulk most of the time when you walk in the lion's den.
Right. And I'm going to say this because I have to jump. But as somebody that's been in this space for a while, go where you are appreciated, not where you're tolerated, number one. Number two, like, the moment you start feeling like you maybe should have edited yourself in a conversation is the moment that you realize that space is not for you. You're not a dumb woman. You're not ditzy. And you express yourself very well. And as a woman that has survived this space and carved out her own lane, I am telling you, don't edit yourself at all. If you want to come on here with a wig full of rainbow sparkles and glitters, do it. If you want to talk and you don't want anybody cutting you off, do it. Because they will run over you, run through you, and throw a whole bunch of dirt on your name. Walk in your purpose, sis.
I might do the rainbow, like the fairy strings and all that in the hair. I might do that. That would be really fun for y'all.
Girl, come online with a 33-inch bust down, okay?
Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay.
Listen.
Because you know I might.
Do it.
What they gonna do? Right. What are they gonna do? Oh, she got a wig on. Okay, Ann.
At this point, I'm kind of like, I don't think I hide it, like how Raw was saying on the other show where she was like, oh, people, we could tell. I'm like, I change my hair almost every show y'all see me in. I think y'all know by this point.
It's just part of the aesthetics, part of the freaking woman. Like
no different than when I give y'all a nice little outfit, you know.
You are beautiful, RogueC.
Oh, thank you.
Right, and you're a consumer in a free enterprise. You could do whatever in the hell you want to do. Child, let me go because I really have been staying away from this space because I don't like when they attack people like this. Because when the situations are reversed, they never call out what a man is doing wrong.
No, of course not.
But you know, I always appreciate you, and Raw, don't think I haven't forgot. I'm gonna try to do you do classes or do you just kind of do one-on-ones?
Just holler at me. Well, okay. Just holler at me.
I will.
Everybody can't do that no more, but you are on a elite list.
I appreciate you always. Thank you so much, Raw. You know, I do just think I'm always willing to learn as well. So I get it. And that's why I appreciate, you know, everyone that actually, because I can be the person that takes the advice because I do want to make the changes to be better. So I do appreciate when my people, my tribe are able to kind of just tell me what I can do, even with Willing to Win, who can give me the constructive criticism, when Tay-Tay, when RogueC, when you all come up and kind of just pour into me, it makes me want to make sure that I do better so I can be better and I can do what I need to do to represent y'all as well. What's up, Memphis Robert? Thank you so much for joining us.
What's going on, lady? How y'all doing? How the panel doing? How everybody doing?
Also, we got Lover Gang Rue. Hey, Rue.
Well, look, man, it's simple as this. Everybody don't want to take constructive criticism. Everybody can't handle it. A lot of times, Rogue, you just be dropping off some wisdom and some real knowledge and some truth that hit both sides, male and female. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. They just want to hear that you on my side. And if you on my side, then we friends to the end. And if you're not on my side, then we enemies. A lot of people ain't looking for middle ground and true understanding.
I appreciate that, because when you stay in the middle, a lot of people kind of call you a fence sitter, and it's not the fact that I can't take a side or choose a side. It's just certain things to me aren't always black and white like that. What's up, Lover Gang Rue? You with us?
Hey, yeah, you hear me?
Yes. Talk to me. What's up?
All right, now I wanted to respond to what Tay-Tay was saying about that 34-inch bust down, man. Would you wear one?
I mean, that's a lot of hair from a cosmetologist's point of view, but I mean, on like maybe some photo shoot things. If y'all want like a Lover Girl photo shoot, sure, we could do something like that. On a regular show, I don't know. That's a lot of hair, dog. If we did
a lot of hair now.
I was just scrolling. That is a lot of hair. That's heavy. That's heavy hair. I
sit down when I talk to y'all. 34 inches. So what I got in right now is like 26. So hold on. Let's see if we can give y'all a good little point of view. 26 on RogueC goes down to right here, right? 34, I'll be sitting on the hair. So it kind of feels like, yeah.
I think that's when it's legit, when it's touching the back side. It's supposed to, and then what I heard coming up, dog, like when her hair gotta hit the butt for it to be legit for her. So if you're a taller woman, I guess the longer the hair it must be, huh?
I've never heard that.
It's heavy. I've never heard of that either, but it's just heavy.
Like I said, if we were to do like a Lover Girl promo shoot, do some photo shoots and stuff like that, so we could get some visuals and stuff like that, that would actually be kind of fun. I would probably do it then. I would most definitely do it then.
I want to respond to what y'all was saying about even the wigs and the weaves, man. Why? Because I did ask that question, and you told me to hold up until you did the show. And I just wanted to know, because I kind of mentioned the other day when you did the show, dude, why don't women, because I've never heard women complain or care about what men do to make themselves look good and feel good. Like, I've never just heard women complain, unless a man's not doing it right. But like, whatever he want to wear, whatever you want to do to his hair, whatever type of shoes he want to wear, whatever type of car he want to drive, how he want to pimp out his car. Like, it's like whatever he really want to do to make himself look good and feel good. The jewelry. I've never just heard women sit back and have so much of a problem with that. So why so many men just have problems with what women choose to do to beautify themselves, man? What's that about?
Shout out to T. She was pretty much coming to the conclusion it's definitely an insecurity thing. Even it was kind of like I said, it was a little distracting with that Shaq's review of the video, because one moment you are commentating on my talking points and going against that, and that's fine. And then it was like that little stick it to you, that gotcha moment, and you wear weave or wig, so now I gotta get your sister because of that. Listen, and it kind of makes your argument a little less serious. So I think it's the humbling, the insecurity, like how T was saying, humbling on like the situation that just happened with me. And then it's just a matter of a lot of times, shout out to Aries. Aries said this as well. And she was like, it's energy harvesting. The moment that we react to it, they absorb all that energy. It makes them feel good, because that's the closest thing to an actual conversation with a woman or a baddie, depending on who she is, that they're going to get to.
I was just gonna say, if we really wanted to like insult y'all, as far as like your appearance and hairline and choppy beards and patches and all that, if we really wanted to go there, we would.
Taco meat. The taco meat on the chest and on the beard.
But a lot of the times we do be sparing y'all because we like you, you know.
But see, what I was saying, my bad, Tay. What I was saying in Nighter's chat the other day, I said all men love that baddie aesthetic, the weave, the wig, the makeup, the nails, the dress, the shorts, the whatever. It's just when men catch feelings for it. It's when they want you to kind of tone that down. Is when they catch feelings for it, right? Cause I remember what you said even on Nighter's panel, that these are same men who will be liking on Instagram the baddies, and they never like the natural women pictures like that. Like they're not thirsting, so they understand. So what it is, the men know that the wig, the weed, the freakum dress, the nails, the toenails, the fingernails, the makeup, it's gonna bring a reaction. Like it'll cause a hunger that a lot of men can't control, a lot of thirst that a man just can't control. So therefore, it's like everybody would blame you as a woman for being just this sexy, and it's fine, because men are supposed to be viewed as dogs, the predators, the ones who's hunting, right? And the reason why a lot of y'all get victim shamed for that, because it's like you lured this dog, this wolf, this lion to come and attack you, because he couldn't control that, because he saw you with this baddie aesthetic. For why he's trying to tell you in so many words, like the guy who you was reviewing, hey man, that wig and weave gonna get me going, man, if I see it in person. Let alone a wig and a weave with the nails done and then them short shorts, man, and them heels, man, it's gonna get me really want to jump on you. But I'm supposed to be more civilized than an animal, but I'm not really that much civilized, because you bring that out of me, that primitive nature out of me, and I'm gonna blame you for that. And that's like, you notice, women the ones who get blamed for just being a little too sexy for men.
We've been getting blamed since the times of the Bible. If you it's never even let's get biblical for a second, just real quick. I'm not gonna go.
My show is based off the Bible, so go for it.
No, go ahead, go there. That's the best place to go.
Let's go deep for a second, because even with the story of Solomon, I'm gonna make it brief, bro. Even with the story of Solomon, they Solomon was a hoe. Okay, he was a whoremonger. That it is what it is. But you know what they did? They blamed them women, and the demons and every other outside entity. They blamed the women for him being a whoremonger. Why is it always a woman's fault? Yeah. Why can't it just be why can't it just be this individual just can't control themselves?
Is it, before Robert go, is it this, Tay? Is it, and I know I'm gonna sound just typical, but is it the fact that a lot of these guys who have a hard time accepting a woman who is a baddie, is it because he is envious, and would he like to be that? Because a lot of guys are transitioning.
Shout out to ASAP Rocky.
That is horrible, transitioning.
A lot of guys are transforming into the back. Like these men, the transformer, these guys are transforming to the baddie aesthetic. They're not just being they ain't trying to become just natural, or women who dress down, who just look average, right? They're not just saying, you know what, I don't want to be a man no more. I'm gonna get the surgery, and I just want to be just a female, but I'm not gonna be the female that I'm talking against now. So what I'm saying in so many words, these guys, for you guys to have, not you guys on the panel, nobody around, I'm saying for these men to have a hard time, like they have a hard time with this woman being sexy the way that he like it, is it simply envy? And could he be thinking about transitioning and becoming that, and mad that she's that first, or she's that naturally, and how would he go by doing it?
I'm sorry.
So that could be an envy and a jealousy thing. Yes, that could also be a possibility. It is also just a matter of a lot of these men can't control it. You can't control how sexy a woman is. A woman can be sexy in a potato sack, and that'll still just piss off a lot of men, because it's like, why are you in a potato sack and that gets me going? Why am I so undisciplined, or I'm so out of control that anything that you do because of your beauty and your body, that I can't just keep myself together? Hey, so I do believe the talking point of being too sexy is a thing. What's up, Poppy Blanco? How are you? Hello. Shout out to Poppy Blanco in the building.
Have you seen them women in them burkas? No homo. Listen, Have you seen them shapes in them
Do
burkas?
women have to say no homo? Is that really a thing?
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, I be looking. I look at everything. Okay, I done seen them shapes in them burkas. Okay,
Shout out to the burka baddies.
And them,
women can't.
and they, you can see the you know that I know they got a. There's some of them that got a shape under there.
A lot of
women
I don't think clothing takes away a woman's body type.
No, I know that. I know that. But what I'm saying is that like if we're talking about like as far as like the baddie aesthetic, the freakum dresses and the appearance, you know, I mean, if a woman, you know, if she's shapely, she just gonna be shapely no matter what she wears. Like you said, a potato sack, burkas, anything, you know.
Hey, y'all know my
well, let me jump in right quick.
Hold on, real quick.
No, go
Ro, you're
ahead.
also you're a little low too.
All right, let me come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I just want to say, because Rogue, you had asked the question, was it like jealousy or envious?
Mm-hmm.
I say add one more option on the table, man. Some of it is confidence. Like it's a confidence issue. Like man, dudes know the bad chick, right? But he know the bad chick to him is the bad chick to somebody else. So you could be the bad chick for me, but don't be the bad chick when you go out. You know what I'm saying? But the woman want to look good when she go out too. She don't want to look good just in your living room, in your dining room. You know what I'm saying? In her kitchen, in her bedroom, she want to look good all over the place. So sometimes the man got to have that confidence to know, hey, I got me a bad. You know what I'm saying? That's a feather in my cap. But a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, he want to put a you know what I'm saying, he don't really want other people to see that, because then he know it's gonna be other men that's gonna challenge that.
So he know, Robert, based on what you're saying, let me know if y'all hear me. I'm good?
Yeah,
you good. Yeah, real good.
Okay, see, Robert, you made a point. These guys, they want to suppress that baddie because deep down he know he doesn't deserve the baddie. It's no different than this guy having a Lambo or a Rolls Royce in his garage. 9 times out of 10, he's not going to know how to keep it up. But he feels that he deserved to have one. Like a lot of men who may be inferior feel like they deserve to have a bunch of money, live in the biggest houses, and have the best cars, but yet they don't know what to do with it when they get it. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same rules apply.
I follow you.
The same rules apply with a lot of guys when they know that they're attracted to that baddie, but they can't do nothing for the baddie, and yet what they want the baddie to do is tone it down to meet his standard because he can't, or meet his finances.
But that's why they also never prosper. I said this over at Nightish's one day, the day that we were talking about that. And, you know, shout out to Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill was ready. He's like, I'm telling you, go put on your red dress, put on your high heels, make yourself smell good, make yourself real pretty, because I'm about to take you out and I want to show you off. I think a lot of men actually get the results that they want because you're not suppressing your woman. And we can have a conversation about that. I think a lot of times men want to suppress their woman, and they want to try to get a woman that doesn't really fit with them and try to make her fit. And then that's why they keep having these results and these issues. Most men who love and have a baddie, let her be a baddie. The ones that are trying to suppress that in her, that's why they're always having issues, and that karma always comes back on them. But a lot of the times when you know these men, these ballers, these shot callers, these men who have no issue with their woman being a bad B, they're not complaining. But I don't know.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Go
ahead, Rue.
No, you got it, Willen. Go ahead.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
You see,
I think it comes with the territory.
Shout out to Poppy Blanco. You don't know what you're talking about, Rogue. Poppy, what do you think I'm talking about?
I think it comes with territory. I think, you know, I think you said this before. I think you have to keep up with your woman, right? Or something like that into that context. That you have to keep the maidens up.
Yes, sir. You know RogueC very well.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
I listen well, yeah. But I don't think it's, you can say it's suppressing. I don't know. I think men are very territorial of their woman against other men. So I think that might be the issue why they suppress their women. I guess I could be wrong about that.
No.
I agree with you. It's territory, but I also think it's a confidence issue too. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got confidence in me, And I know my girl is a baddie. She was a baddie when I got her, when I selected her, when we came up on each other. She a baddie to this day. She's still gonna be a baddie. So brother, her being a baddie ain't got nothing to do with her being a baddie. What it has something to do with is, do I know I got a baddie? Can I handle this baddie? Am I allowed to, can I let her off the leash, so to speak? Like, no, if I'm handling mine, I ain't worried about what she doing out there, because I know she coming home.
And I'm gonna give you one more, and then I'm gonna let Rue take it. The best part about it is, and I'm gonna do a show about this. Most men don't.
No, I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying, you got a lot of men that they confidence feel in dominating the woman, where she can't, or where they don't want her to be seen as a baddie outside of them.
So this is the thing that I want men to understand. When you make a baddie, you customize a woman to fit your aesthetic, and she becomes so much, because of all your influence, she becomes so much like you. She's not going anywhere, respectfully. Men need to understand the reason why I say keep up your woman, maintain your woman, cultivate your woman, is because the moment you put so much of your influence onto her, she is going to respect the fact that no other men or no other man is really going to put in that same work. Because most men, when they get something that's already pre-made and it's not custom to them, you guys don't really treat it right. You guys don't really treat it to the actual capacity. When you guys get a ready-made baddie, the same way when you guys get McDonald's, you're not going to really appreciate that McDonald's the same way you would a meal you actually cooked, or a home-cooked meal that was actually customized and made for you. So that's why I need men to really understand when it comes down to maintaining women, because so many times, Rogue, you don't know what you're talking about. Rogue, why would I maintain a woman? What's she supposed to do for me? Why do I have to do this for her? It's a matter of the fact that you are now customizing this woman where she is really your woman and your woman only. And all these complaints about 304s, women going to the next dude, that actually lessens the situation, because if a woman is actually content and happy and getting what she needs at home, and you've already put so much into her, she really has no place to go, respectfully. No other man is going to really look as appealing to her, because she already knows, Negro, you ain't going to take care of me. And I'm sorry, Rue, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
I agree with it.
Rue, did you want to go?
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. You hit it on the head right there, man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think with men, a lot of men feel like if they get a baddie, the moment she become a baddie on his watch, she's gonna automatically get the attention from other men, and it's gonna go no matter what, right? He's underestimating her because he think she's dumb, right? He don't understand that she's just simply saying, look, man, I won't have no interest in another man, because you will be so turned off by men who just only want to commentate from another man or try to brag about what another man put in, to where that'll turn a woman off. Especially when you not only if you customizing her and you building her up respectfully, is that you also teaching her.
Mm-hmm. Putting her on game.
You putting on game to where she's gonna naturally be like, you know what, man, no other man can do anything for me, dog, because why would I give what another man have done for me? Why would I give that to another man?
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is, oh, go ahead.
You say what, Willen?
So what you're saying is men are the creators then, right? Because no.
Creators, like what you mean, like
just because you have so think of it as more of a cultivating, like a man is a farmer. You're farming it. So just because you have the seed, you're not creating the flower that comes from that. You're not creating the fruit that is going to be harvested, but you are watering that seed. You are making sure that that seed is safe. You are making sure that that seed has everything it needs so that it can grow and you can actually harvest it later. So you guys are the cultivators. You guys are the farmers, but you are not the creator.
Well said.
Are you talking about, hold on, Will and Will, you talking about the like egg, the womb, and the sperm? You talking about that regard? Like, you think, do you feel like we have the seed as a man, or is it the woman having the seed as an egg?
I'm saying, like, I guess RogueC, she already answered my question.
Okay.
I was saying, like, keep up with your woman, like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you.
And the cultivating part, but she already answered it, so yeah.
Even the same way when you guys have your dream car, you didn't create that dream car, but you're going to make sure you maintain that dream car so it stays Willing to Win's dream car. You're going to make sure that you pay on whatever you need to pay on so that that dream car continues to be your dream car. So that is where the cultivating comes in. And it's not just about like how Rue was saying, because I know when men hear about maintaining and keeping up with your woman, your minds automatically go to the financial side of things. And that's why I'm happy Rue also spit about teaching her the things that kind of just make it where she really has nowhere else to go. She has really nowhere else to look for, because everything she needs is there. And it's not just the financial things about it, but this man is someone that I can trust. This man is going to be able to teach me and really guide me and lead me. And that really just comes with manhood and what men can really do, which is why it's not to say you guys aren't the creators. You're just not. But it's not to say that you guys don't have a very significant role in a woman's life.
The word you're looking for here is leader. Is what God called us. That's the word. That's the word you're looking for. Leader.
Yes. Augustus back. He says a woman's androgynous zone is her mind. Let's see what this mess Poppy was saying, and I want the men to tell me about this. I'm a professional bad bee getter. Trust me, I have blown so many pretty women back out that I should write 10 books. Once pipes down a baddie, she ain't a baddie no more to him. Show me a pretty bee, I'll show you 5 that tried that girl.
And see, that's the mindset of black men right here, right? Is the cutting corners, the trying to get the most without giving anything. These same guys is not telling you stories about how they can keep a woman though. Now, even though, hold on, I'm gonna get to you, Robert. I swear. Here you go. Look. Go ahead. Even though how we was raised up, right, as black men, that it was always viewed as being a real player if you can just F over women, can have sex with as many of them, right? F over them, and didn't have to give nothing of yourself, but you got the most of them. So you always was viewed as a player, though, right? You was always viewed as that guy who is hard on women. My bad. You hard on these women in a form of, yeah. I'm gonna knock down all 5 or 10 y'all, dog. Ain't gotta do nothing for you, dog. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go, right? Because you know, once they get a chance to know who you are, they gonna leave you. So what you're doing, what black men are doing, this is the game black men are running. They just up and leave first because they know that eventually when she find out what type of guy he is, she's gonna leave him automatically. So he's trying to cut back on the heartbreak or him getting his feelings hurt by acting like he's the one who cut her off. He was able to pipe her down and he left. It was always like a hit and dash type situation to preserve the heart of a black man, because you know you ain't had no business messing with this baddie. And you know if you were to catch feels for her, you know you might be like really like losing your mind about this. So to prevent you losing your mind and becoming crazy over this baddie, you got to kind of like act like I'm gonna get my stripes up by, oh yeah, I was able to curve a baddie.
And a lot of people, and I might do a pre-record or I might do a show about it, they want to be able to be the ones that say, I broke up with you first.
That's the name of the game with black men though. Black people, but black men though, is to take advantage of the best, ruin it, and be able to brag about how they was the one who destroyed it.
Yeah.
Not building nothing. For the guys who don't want to build anything, they want to destroy it. And one thing I do understand about black men, when they come around and they're not trying to build anything, they're trying to take and destroy things. That's it.
And shout out Poppy up here. Poppy coming to defend how you gonna say RogueC don't know what she's talking about. And the fact that you see my title, knowing that these men are trying to say I give bad advice, and then you gonna try to co-sign that, I find it disrespectful. Hi, Poppy Blanco. Welcome to the show. What you got?
Yeah, how you doing, baby? How you doing? So I was just watching the game. My bad. Can you hear me good?
We can hear you.
You know damn well you don't know what the hell you be talking about half of the time. You know that.
No, I don't know that.
You don't know that?
Yeah,
you know.
You can write 10 books. So you talking about how you can pipe down a baddie. How many baddies have you kept?
I know in the business of keeping them.
Lord have mercy. Okay. All right.
That's the whole purpose, collecting like Pokemon cards. See, getting
most people actually take care and keep their Pokemon cards. They don't just collect Pokemon cards and then say, I'm gonna just throw them in the wind and say F it.
The valuable ones.
They sometimes do, Rogue.
The ones that are very, very valuable. And I don't know shit about anime, so I just use that. I don't know shit about no cartoons actually. I just use that as because a lot of people will identify with that.
What? Just for those who ever wanted to know, RogueC is a Charizard, a golden Charizard. So I'm very much a collectible. Thank you very much.
The thing, RogueC, is that you are a fish, right?
I'm a fish.
You can never tell a fisherman how to catch you. You feel me? You might know a little inside every now and then. You might be correct once every blue moon, but generally, you cannot tell a fisherman how to catch you. Can you agree with me on that?
Can I
Yeah,
ask
but
a question?
as a fish, I can also know how to avoid being captured.
Can I ask a question?
Because you would be at the mercy of the fisherman. Actually,
Would I be?
you cannot. Not every fisherman gonna catch you, right? But the one that catch you, you get your head over heels. Am I right or wrong?
I see what you're saying. It's a little different, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Huh?
When the fisherman that actually captures me, I'm pretty much at his mercy because I'm head over heels. I'm allowing that fisherman to actually catch me. I get what he's saying.
No, I understand that though, but all right, go ahead, keep going. Y'all go ahead.
Nah, what were you about to say?
I was saying though, like what you just said, right? Is if you chose to be, look, if you're a fish that you don't want to get caught based on the bait that's on the hook, it's like you're not gonna be nowhere near that fisherman, unless he just gonna come in the water, come get you, I guess, huh? But that's not what he's doing. He's not coming in the water to get you. He's trying to put the bait out there to get you to come to him.
No, that's true. Shout out to the White School Podcast. I didn't get to say hi to you earlier, my love. Thank you so much for sliding through again. Facts, they never marry the woman they took virginity from for some reason, but want a virgin when they get married. Question marks. Go ahead.
It's never been good intentions for why black men is going after women or saying that they have a requirement or a standard. It was never in good intentions for the woman.
None.
I gotta understand. Like even look, even if you are a player, you can still let a woman know that my intention is not really always good for you, unless they really are just good for you. And so I'm not saying it's not rare cases, but the majority, you ladies have been living long enough to see that the majority of men is really just gonna waste your time and waste your life pretty much. They'll waste your whole life if you let them.
Yeah.
Listen, don't get me started, okay?
And think that it would be funny to actually do it and think there's no consequence for it, because typically there's no consequence to waste a woman's life.
And then turn around and get mad at you for quote unquote breaking their heart. Ain't that something?
Or for knowing better. A lot of times men actually get frustrated when women actually are put on game, because now we know better and we know too much, and then it kind of it's like we're cheating at that point because we know everything that you're about to say or do. Yesrael said, anybody in their right mind don't want a baddie, which equates to an immature, loose female. Is that how y'all feel what a baddie is?
So then why have sex?
Oh boy, that's a good one.
When you say put on game, what that means?
Pretty much, we did a show for Father's Day talking about Teach Me the Game, Dad. And I also said men in a woman's life, any man that actually cares about her. In another show, I was talking about men who actually care about a woman will actually put her on game about who she should be with or who she should avoid. And when we're kind of having knowledge of the type of men that we should avoid, a lot of times that frustrates the men that we're avoiding. Because like, well, why don't you give me a chance? Because I know what you're here for. Like Rue just said, I know you're not here for good intentions, so I'm not even going to put myself through that. And a lot of men feel some type of way because, well, why wouldn't you put yourself through that with me?
Yeah, but that's incorrect for the most part. Most guys are very easy to please, right? The thing is that most women, they just go for fuck. That's it. For a good timing. That's it. Because they don't make themselves valuable to do nothing else after that. Huh?
We have a swear jar.
It's a swear. Hold on, let me tell you. It's a swear jar. Anytime you curse, you got to pay a certain fee.
It's just $5. $5 for the F word.
Oh, come on with that bullshit, man. Are you serious?
For real?
Yes, listen, I give everybody one warning. You get one warning. When it starts dropping out of your mouth like that, though,
you gotta pay. You gotta pay to stay on the panel. Yeah.
All right, the thing is that in today's day, in the past X amount of years, most women are just good for just a good time and that's it, to have fun and that's it. They don't make themselves valuable to force the Negro to keep it around for sex, past sex.
How do you make yourself valuable?
He said he a bro. They say he a bro play. Yo, buddy, how much money you want me to show you, my nigga?
You ain't gotta show him nothing. Y'all have the cash
Yeah,
app
let's
in the link below.
keep on focus on what you're talking about,
So
man.
hold on, real quick, Robert, because I hate when men love to do this. I'm gonna flash money to other men. We saw this earlier today, and I'm like, I'm a whole woman content creator, and I'm giving y'all a good show, a good platform, and everything. And y'all
I don't have
refuse
Cash App.
to hit the cash app.
I don't have Cash App, or I will send you money.
You got to get a cash app willing to win. Hold on, willing to win. Why you keep saying that? Look, willing to win. You can make a cash app right now. It ain't that hard to make one.
We can look into each other's bank account. We can see something, homie.
You ain't got, like I said, that whole showing men how much money you got versus
that ain't really necessary.
At a beautiful woman. I feel like I am very beautiful. I'm just saying. Y'all show that same love and support to the actual woman instead of just trying to big up on another man.
It's not about that, Rose. Sometimes you gotta put people in their place. Shit. Hey, every day, every now and then, I be posting on the ground with 30, 40 bands cash. Gotta letting people know not to play with me. But you got it. You got it.
And you see how, and I find that so fascinating how men will do that to impress other men versus when it comes down to the women that are in y'all space, we are actually the thing that's going to impress the men the most because women are actually the reflection of a man's character. That's why you can tell when a woman is being taken care of to willing to win and Rue's and Memphis's point of what we were talking about earlier about cultivating a woman. Your woman is going to reflect how you are as a man. So if a woman is very well taken care of, you're going to see it. And shout out to Kiana, because Kiana even said that on the panel as well. If your woman is also just being knowledgeable, certain things that your woman just already pick up in just being with you. When your woman starts talking like you, having your mannerisms, stuff like that, it's because she's up under you and she's learning from you.
Bro, the men not listen. All right, why y'all? I'm not confused about how y'all keep saying that. Like these men care about what they woman gonna look like and feel like. Like it's a competition between men on who has the biggest bravado, who's the macho, the toughest. It's like the men want to be in the camera, like they want to be put in front of their woman, not leading the woman. It just simply want to be getting the attention that the woman's supposed to get. Why are you saying what you're saying, Rogue, about a man supposed to be pointing to his woman and making her look good when he don't care about that?
Because these are, if the complaint is, why do I get what I'm supposed to get out of my woman? Well, what are you putting into her to get it?
That's what, Rogue, that's what I'm saying. These guys don't feel like they should be putting in things into you.
That's the point he was making.
Well, no, and that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be complaining. You should be.
No. You understand? Lacking, people who lack always complaining. Like that just goes with people who lacking, people who are without, people who are inferior. They always gonna complain. Like what I've noticed. Let's say me being on YouTube for so long, that you know how like when a rabid dog, the reason why the rabid dog is just really just barking and so aggressive, because something is messing with him on the inside. Can we agree? All right then. So if you look at the men, either in this space or just men in life, right, who's complaining, who know that they're supposed to be taking care of business at 30 and 40 years old, but then when women like yourself is putting that pressure on the men for what they're supposed to be doing on behalf of women and children, it's the same as something, the inferiority start kicking in, and this is when the complaints and the barking and the aggression happens, because the men who take care of business respectfully and can take care of everybody around, they don't have no reason to complain. Can we agree with that?
Absolutely. That's when the insults start. That's when the little contemptuous comments start. The little backhands, comments. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like I said,
Hold on. Hi, Simon. Welcome to the panel, Simon.
How you doing?
So what I'm saying, you got a lot of black men in the space, right? And like I said, I've been around here almost like 8 years, 9 years at this point, right? These guys know that they're 30, 40, 50 years old, that what's going on around them is all messed up is because of them, but they don't want to acknowledge that because they're looking for other people like mamas and grandmamas and everybody else to solve the things that they're supposed to easily solve. Let me give you an example, RogueC. Since I've been getting money the way I'm getting money, and I've been getting money for almost 5 years now the way I'm getting it, right? My mother, as I looked at my mother, and let's just say just women around, my child's mother, right? Just anybody around. And if I was looking for him, if I was ever looking for them to fix things that I was supposed to always fix as a big 30-year-old man, right? A 40-something-year-old man, I realized just 5 years ago, it was always on me. Where am I looking for anybody else to do what I'm supposed to do? So it's never a complaint when you realize everything that's going on around me is messing up. It's because I'm sitting on my butt not doing nothing, and I refuse to do something, and I just want to put the blame on other people for why things are messed up in my life. But then when you take control of the situation by saying, you know what my mama can do to me, what the hell can a baby mama do to me being a 30-something-year-old man? What can you do to really challenge me? And all of a sudden now, I'm taking care of everything, and everybody eating, things are running smooth because it was me the whole time. So when I look at the men on the panels, if all these guys just respectfully looked at themselves and say, you know what, things are not going good around me, it's because of me. It's not because of my mama. It's not because of my daddy. It's not because of nobody else. I'm 30 and 40 years old. Why do I feel like anybody else should be doing anything, and I'm not supposed to be doing a thing at this age?
And that's a good point.
Go.
I'm sorry. No. I was just going to say that is a good point, and that's where a lot of men are failing, and I feel like there's a lot of karma that comes that way. And a lot of men are hurting. A lot of men are hurt because I think they had an expectation of their life, and they feel like it's too late. I feel a lot of men feel like they missed their opportunity, and they're tired. And it's kind of like, I don't understand why, you guys get so caught up in where you might have not done your best, where you can't continue to do better. I feel like a lot of men don't feel like they can redeem themselves, and that's an issue.
Because they don't have no comeback. Like if you look at the New York Knicks, look at the New York Knicks though, what they did. I don't know if you watch basketball, Rogue, but if you look at the NBA Finals that just took place not too long ago in June, the New York Knicks was down about 29 points, right, in Game 4.
Okay.
And it's been a bunch of great teams like Tom Brady, right, when they came back down 28-3 and won a Super Bowl, right? These greats, Jalen Brunson, these guys for New York Knicks, down 29. And they know that the series would have been tied if they didn't make a comeback. But they made a comeback and won by 1 point. Every man got it in them to come back. Every man got it in them to come back from having a bad upstart in life or things not going the way they thought it would be, right? But a lot of guys lose that confidence in themselves to where they believe it's just late and they can't do nothing about it. So you're dealing with a bunch of men who feel like they have no comeback skills. And that's a mental issue because you call that mental toughness when it comes down to sports, right? Do you believe no matter how down you are in the game, can you have a possibility and a chance to come back and win? If you don't win, can you bring it back to a certain score and bring it close and let that carry into the next week when you play the next team? A lot of guys don't think this way. They feel like if they are up, they should be up. The moment they start getting down, they automatically lost, right? Black men, what I've learned, they duck. This is what black men have done. They don't want to take the small victories because black men stunt. Black men stunt. Black men got a thing about black men got a thing about stunting on other black men by blowing you out, knocking you out, and defeating you to where you are embarrassed, right? To where they're too good to take the small victories. But one thing you understand, put him in the back. I don't want him to interrupt me. Put him in the back. Just for time being, and you come back in a minute.
All right, Simon, I'm gonna bring you up. Just give me a second. Let me finish.
But one thing, when you have took so many losses in life, you start understanding how to take small wins to where those small wins add up in your life, and you never leave them on the table because you understand, I don't have to beat this man by 50 points. I can beat you by 2 points. That's the mindset of the black man who know how to come back in life when he had it rough, when things was never going his way, and he still know he got a chance because he's still living and breathing, to where if he gets something started that one day, that 1 hour, things can change for a whole year. That's what happened with me.
Let me jump. Can I?
Go, Robbie. You got it, right? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna be real short. I pretty much agree with you on what you're saying, because like I said this a couple of times, and it's just piggybacking off of what you're saying, but it's seeming like it's the turns for the evening. It comes down to two things simply on this particular topic: leadership. Leadership and confidence. If you lead in your household like you should be, you're gonna have the confidence that you want your woman to be a perfect 10 baddie anytime she step foot anywhere, because she is a mirror image of you, a reflection of you. I mean, it almost like it's a big circle. It's about responsibility. And that's a big thing that a lot of men don't really want to. We got to get back into where we supposed to be as the head, not the tail. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Simon, go ahead.
I just don't believe this shit. Like, I swear to God, these dudes.
Hold on. We have Simon. We have a curse jar, so that's your warning. If you keep it going, it's $5.
I apologize, God. I'm just saying, I don't understand these men. Like, they want to talk about, like, yo, the thing is, it's deflective. So the thing is, it's like they try and make out like the woman's the problem when the problem is themselves. Like, they didn't get their act in order to make the woman actually comfortable. And, you know, that ain't that damn complicated. You know what I mean? But they ain't give it much. They didn't even give it that much thought. You know what I mean? They're in the ego such, like, in a way that is just like, I'm the man. It's like, no. Like, wait a sec. You're equal partner. We're not living in that day and age anymore. Like,
I don't think
what's
that
wrong
was
with you?
saying, and I think it is a matter of what Memphis and what Rue are saying. When you are that man, you kind of, it's not about what day and age you're living in, it's what natural order is. A woman is naturally going to be under you because if you are taking care of the household, you are taking care of business, you are taking care of her, what arguments do you really get from her? Because you guys want partnership and you want equality from men and women, and I get on women about this too. We're not equal. There is more responsibility because
all right, so I get your point. I do. I really do. But most women would argue with you right now if you're saying we ain't equal in this day and age. We are. Like, so most women try, you know, they want to be independent. They want to live their lifestyle regardless. And that cannot tell you something about we're not equal. Like, we are. It's just like people keep relating to.
God created it.
Bro, like, stop. Don't do that.
Hold on.
God created us equal, but we got very different roles, whether you like that or not.
Hold on. God did not create us equal. One, men were created from dirt. If you want to go based on the Bible, men were created from dirt, women were created from rib. If you want to go based on the Bible.
No, you're right about that, but I meant as far as we both created humans, we just have different roles.
And that's why I even have to tell you that, Memphis, again, there's a big difference when you are created from dirt and I'm created from flesh and flesh. So I need men to understand, even if you want to bring the Bible in
I agree with that.
Now, shout out to Boricua. Being attracted to those type of men versus if that one man is able to find RogueC and go ahead and pour in and get everything that he wants out of RogueC is a little different. Because again, if men want a ready-made RogueC, I'm not really interested in you. Because what are we really building together? Because again, I need to know not only can you build up a woman and a family, but can you also build up a household? Can you build up your life? Because a lot of this times men are going to flex and try to parade around like there's something, but they're really not. His actions and his results are what's going to really show you. If he's able to redeem his life and build up his life, that means he can kind of come scoop you up even at your worst. And he can do the same for you. And I think that is a superpower that men need to start leaning into, because not only can you make the situation better for yourself, but the women that you want, your family, your community can actually flourish once you actually step into really doing what you need to do as a man. But a lot of times y'all want to distract yourselves with the low-hanging fruit.
No, I agree with you. Let me know if you still hear me. I'm good.
You're good.
All right, see, I agree with what you said. I think men need to understand that point. A man can take anything if he understands what he's doing and make it better. Like, it's only so much can go against a man or can resist against a man, right? A man can take any woman. Women, you ladies can't take any man and be successful in a relationship. We got a better chance based on who we are as men. We can take any woman, and based on where we're going, she'll go with us, especially if she benefited by going with us. She couldn't fight against us. And we ain't talking about no weird stuff. We talking about simply, if I let it be known where I'm trying to go, and I got my mind made up, and not just me, any of these other men on the panel or in the chat, anybody listening, you got your mind made up what you want to do, that woman can't really fight you. Any woman, though. We talking about the worst of the worst kind of woman, the best of the best kind of woman. So that's like when you understand what to do, you can't make the excuse that, oh yeah, she was this, I couldn't deal with her. What I hear from that is you didn't have anything you really want to do, And if she was your girl, how is it she was so anti you that much, but she was laying up with you? Like, how is it you telling me as a man, you had something you want to do as a man in life, and you had this woman with you, just wasn't gonna go with you regardless? Because a man mindset is this: I'm gonna do this no matter what. Either you as my woman can come, or you just stay at home. And how many women gonna stay at home when her man is going somewhere? No, nobody, no woman.
Bro, like that's not how it works, though.
Hold on. Okay.
That's how it works.
So,
that's how it works. No, that's
we
how
need to be careful about cutting people off. No, you're good. We do need to be careful about cutting people off because that's how we get some disrespect. And y'all know I don't like the disrespect here. And since we didn't even hit our goal today, I'm also getting tired. I'm getting sleepy. So
you trying to say down? You finna say down or what?
I'm thinking it's about to be final thoughts. I was gonna let Poppy Blanco, Willing to Win, and Simon get in, and then we'll actually do final thoughts, and I'll do my poem.
You're tired already?
I didn't. Yes, I've been working all day. It's been hot. I worked out today. I'm tired.
I'll give you that.
I don't want to support the show.
RogueC, I'm just giving you crap.
No, you're
I'm sorry.
RogueC, you look amazing. Like what's the glow up, man? You look sexy as hell, man. What are you doing?
I'm being very well cultivated and watered. Poppy, you didn't want to do a final thoughts? Okay.
Rue, you know what to say, man.
I'm being truthful. I'm like, she beautiful, man. She look good, dog. Like,
oh yeah,
she is a beautiful woman. I will give her that.
Like, we about to
even though that Shaq didn't like the black Hawaiian, he didn't like the Hawaiian theme I was doing.
And I'm about to be messy.
My boy.
I'm about to mess around, go around and start asking questions about who's the finest. You know what I mean? We won't start rating who the baddest chicks running around here, man.
We got Danica Marie. We got Six the Goddess.
We might listen, Mercy. You might get a bit now, dog. Like, would you feel?
Hey, Ruth, stop gassing her up, bro.
Nah, listen, what I'm saying. Just like, how would you feel if
she going to the gym tomorrow?
If everybody put you, let's just say, if the majority of men on here say you top three. You in the top 3 as one of the baddest chicks in space. How would you feel about that?
He talking crazy.
What if people say you the best, like you the top?
No love.
Yo, I'm saying you got a bunch of women, but what if?
Nah, you're just mad because you don't have a bunch of women yourself.
Let's just say she's top 5.
All right, you put in top 5, and within that top 5, you happen to be number 1, number 2. Like, how would you feel? Would you feel uncomfortable if the majority of men vote you number 1 or number 2, like the baddest or the sexiest woman on this joint? Because I put you number 1.
We already know majority of we already know a lot of men in this space have their preferences, and I might not fit in it. I wear wigs and weaves. I'm more brown skin.
But you done showed your natural hair too. Hold on.
Yeah, he trying to lie on you.
You done showed your natural hair too.
Like, God damn, what's wrong with you, bro?
How am I tripping though?
Hold on. One, Simon. Everybody knows Rue. Everyone knows. Listen, don't do that. Because again, we listen. We love Lover Gang Rue over here. Lover Gang Rue. If Willing to Win is the bouncer of Lover Gang Club, Rue would be. Would Rue be the man in the back counting the money?
Yeah, okay. I'm
the bouncer. So Rue, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, Rue will probably be in the back counting the money. You barely see him and all that, but you know he's there. He's watching the cameras and everything. He's probably talking to Willing to Win on a walkie.
I'll take my position. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Rosie, you hear me?
I can hear you.
Rosie, you might be the finest one, and you might be the sexiest one in space, man. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying, though. No, what's up, man?
Listen. RogueC is just here to spread the gospel of Lover Gang.
You just might be the prettiest. Listen, RogueC, goddammit, you just might be the prettiest chick in the space, man.
You see how much of a finesser this man is? That's how you know he's back there counting the money. That's how you know.
Final words.
Why nobody disagree? Hold on. Why nobody disagreeing though? I'm just saying, like, folks would disagree. I'm just saying though.
Final words.
All right. So before we do our final words, let me go ahead and get the music. Since y'all are all up here, I'm gonna go ahead and do the poem, and then we can get everybody's final thoughts. Let me put myself on the screen, big screen, real quick. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the poem real quick. It's a little deeper this time, just because this was a deeper conversation that I wanted to have with you all. Let me get my poem. Give me 1 second.
Got a nice hair.
All right. Oh, Rue's back. Where'd you go? There you go.
Yeah,
right,
yeah. Go.
All right. So the closing poem today is called The Pearl. I carried pearls with open hands, yet not all hearts could understand. Some sought truth with humble eyes, while others judged before replies. A lesson shared is not a chain, nor can it shield another's pain. For every soul must choose their way, through light of dawn or shades of gray. I cannot walk another mile, nor force their tears into a smile. I can love deeply, speak what's true, then trust the choice belongs to you. Some call it harsh, to let things be, but love is more than custody. It warns, it waits, it hopes, it prays, yet cannot live another's days. And if my words were misunderstood, I pray they're measured by their good, not by a sentence standing lone, but by the heart from which they've grown. So keep your pearls where truth can bloom. Not every field has fertile room, for wisdom's worth is never small, though not every soul will hear its call. So I'll keep speaking, calm and clear, not ruled by praise, nor chained by fear. And if we part with different views, may grace remain in how we choose. For truth needs neither rage nor noise. It simply leaves us all with choice. The pearl remains a pearl, you see. Its worth was never lost to me.
Good one.
Thank you. All right, so let me go ahead and get Simon is hilarious with all that clapping. All right.
You deserve a round of applause for that shit.
Thank you, Simon. All right, so I'm gonna start with you, Simon, Memphis, Willing to Win, Tay Tay, and Rue.
So you gotta repeat that shit. I got distracted.
You said what, Simon?
I got distracted. You gotta repeat that.
We're doing final words, so your final word on the topic, and we'll be back next week.
All right, so tune into the channel for I really appreciate you having me up. We have some real conversations over here, and I really appreciate you don't really see many of these ladies coming up and being beautiful like that. So that's what it is, really. You know what I mean? We want to really see our Black women show up and talk out and speak some real shit. So that's my final words.
Thank you, Simon. All right. Did I say Memphis? Memphis, you're next. Is Tay Tay dropped, Willing to Win, and then Rue.
Okay. I appreciate the time that you gave me. It's a wonderful, pleasant thing to be in a place where you can be educated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you was teaching me some things earlier about the creation. I appreciate that, as a man that loves knowledge and wisdom. And I got one more thing. Do you write your own poems?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Very, very wonderful. That's all I got to say, man. I hope everybody have a good night.
Most definitely, you too, man.
All right, Willing to Win?
I appreciate you, RogueC. Congratulations again on 500 plus subscribers.
500 on the world to 1,000.
Yeah, keep growing. I hope you hit that 1,000. Keep doing you. Just keep growing. Keep succeeding. You got the people that support you, like me, Rue, and others that support you. So that's all that matters. I mean, of course you're gonna have, love her game for real. Absolutely. So that's all that matters. And yeah.
And don't think I meant to reply to that video if you can find more,
you can hit me, RogueC. You can hit me up anytime. You don't.
I was gonna say, if you want to find more and you want to make it a show, I'll make it a show for you. That's not a problem. So if you actually want to have that,
going to be? Oh, go ahead. My fault.
I was just gonna say, if you want to do that full conversation, I can definitely make a show dedicated to that. So it's not a problem at all. So if there's anything you want me to do content on, I can do it.
Well, yeah, you can hit me up anytime. You know where I'm at. So, yeah.
I appreciate you.
Are you still going to be doing the Discord thing with the members, or you have to figure that out?
Once we hit monetization, I'm gonna see what y'all want to do. I think I'm at 2,100 something, or it might be 2,200 something watch hours. So once we hit those last couple of watch hours, we can kind of start plotting and planning how we want Lover Gang to look as far as members and all that. I don't know if Rue has ideas, if, when Tay and I can talk, all the people who've kind of been like day ones for me, we can kind of just discuss something and we'll see how that goes.
But again, you look beautiful tonight as always. Yeah.
I appreciate you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Tay just up and left me. But, shout out to Lover Gang. Shout out to Willing to Win. Shout out to Simon. Shout out to you, Memphis Robert. Shout out to Rue, of course. Lover Gang Rue. Shout out to Gus, Papi Blanco. Everybody in the chat. The White School Podcast. Thank you so much. Tay, you're good. Thank you for coming through.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Love the chill conversations.
Thank you. But just shout out to Lover Gang. Let's see. I wanted to shout out
one
Rob.
question to you, Rogue, if I could.
Yes.
Okay, I apologize for the interruption, but I'm an artist myself. I just want to shoot this out there. I ain't actually looking for no answer or anything, but maybe one of these times on the next live that I can catch, when you get ready to do your poem at the end, I can provide some little soft entertaining music, on the keyboard or piano for you.
Please.
Just as an idea.
Yeah, that'd be lit.
Yeah, that'd be really dope. I like the fact that Lover Gang, we can kind of showcase all of our talents. So yeah, for sure.
I just want to contribute. to something good.
Thank you. For sure. I'm down.
All right, I'm a bounce, guy. Yo, salute to everybody. Yo, you do your shit. I'm gonna be here.
Language.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Simon. All right. Well, shout out to Lover Gang overall. Shout out to Tay and, of course, Robert L. Thank you so much for also supporting the show today. I appreciate y'all. I will do your posts so you guys can get shout out in the morning. I am doing personalized posts for the supporters and the sponsors of the show, y'all. So Lover Gang, we are building, and I cannot do this without y'all. Again, thank y'all so much for even getting me to 500 subs. That's so amazing. It's so crazy that so many people are even just rocking with your girl. And, shout out to Team Fatty, Ilkhan Ali, Melanin Legacy, Kiana. I'm trying to think of everyone. Bella, Coco. I'm trying to think of everybody on the show. What Smell the Roses on the show?
Skipper chick.
Riches.
King Riches, yeah.
King Riches, all of them. And of course, shout out to Dat Shack. It's all love over here. I'm always willing to take criticism and learn more. So shout out to just so much of Lover Gang and the people who are just associated with me. It's such a pleasure. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say good night, Lover Gang. Protect your peace, protect your pearls. And remember that not every disagreement means someone is your enemy. Sometimes the greatest act of love is also speaking truth, listening well, and also leaving room for another person to choose. Outside of that, I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. All right.